Did we show the intro already?
Apollo.
Yeah, I saw it.
Alright. Sound check.
It's Apollo.
Alright.
Play Mookie.
So you can play every character, man.
Yes.
He's like, I want to play Elvis. Oh, I want to play God, man. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Alright.
June.
We need somebody else. Can you guys get on Facebook and ask somebody who's online right now to
Sure, 1 second.
tune in and tell us?
Is Cookie Monster out?
Can't. Let's see. Oh, Cody is on though.
We swear guys, we're not disrespecting Mike. He asked us to be on our phones. Just, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Shout out to Mookie's Butterface.
Oh man, he just dropped out, dude.
Finn.
Cody.
Feel that, man.
Oh shit. Alright. So.
Can someone audio check our stream?
I just go on my phone, just,
That too. AKG checking or is it on Discord?
No, Discord. I just put my own name.
Testing.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You can kind of hear us.
They can kind of hear us.
People.
You're already scheduled this one.
Hello?
Oh,
There's an echo.
it might be on next plate. The camera mic might be on.
Yep.
That's probably it.
Actually. There we go.
Testing once again.
Fuck.
Alright, I think the audio is working.
Are we still echoing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I don't think so. Hang on. We're gonna turn on the editing once again. Alright, I think the audio is working.
Still sucks, something like that.
Still echoing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's try this.
Testing once again.
Testing again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see after muting. No, it's not good.
It might be the. Yeah, I can hear that on the mic.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Much better now. Alright. Oh, yeah.
You can't watch Twitch?
Nope, Cody can't watch Twitch.
Dang it.
Well, that's
Can't watch
Did you get porn blocked, man?
I just don't think
Mature
that this thing is fast enough.
Ah.
Alright, so now we can jump into the intro. Which is up here.
What's that ringing noise? This is still really annoying for the computer.
Can we still hear us?
I think we
Just keep watching. Sick combo.
Alright, let's go.
That was our
to
intro.
the main. Yep, that was the intro
Oh.
song,
Top 10.
in which we were going to try and welcome you guys to AKG's Dojo Declassified. We got Banky Kitchfanich, aka
What's up?
Banksters, who we're going to interview today. And then, of course, we got the sexy, the awesome Rafael Borromero, aka
Originator of the Borromeo drop.
Oh, no, that was Kazma, man. I was the.
They both had a hand in it.
He was the predecessor. I was
Co-founder. We
co-founder.
like to say.
I don't rock combos anymore, man.
Yeah.
Sort of. Only when they matter.
Only when they matter, I
I'm
do.
sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, so we just watched Combo Breaker.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, dude.
Why didn't you guys tell them what just happened?
You know,
Top 8 was pointless. We just wanted the.
we wanted the reveal, which was totally worth it in the
Yeah,
end.
dude. The boogie looks fucking.
We were losing our minds over here, man. Like,
animated.
yeah.
That was like. They like copy and pasted like a Naruto character. Just
That's Ibuki.
Like, as soon as I saw that first bomb drop with the Tanuki on it, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's Ibuki. I got way too excited.
I got what you. Last time I saved on it, I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
dude.
This guy was a Ibuki main in Street Fighter 4, so he was losing his mind.
Ibuki and Makoto.
Yeah.
Ibuki before Makoto, but Ibuki was way too hard.
But aside from that, the Street Fighter was pretty good.
Yeah.
Solid grand finals, right? And losers
Oh,
finals.
yeah,
so-
Justin Wong was kind of bodied.
Yes.
Which we were happy about because we wanted to see the reveal. So.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Well,
always bet on Justin.
Yep,
Yeah.
always bet. Yeah, never bet against Justin.
never bet against Justin. It's like,
Like,
kinda-
he's like, oh, Justin's gonna body him. We have time for to watch the announcement, and that we did.
It's like salty bet, man. Never bet against Justin Wong.
Exactly.
Always bet Justin Wong.
Yep. I agree.
Alright, so we have other news. We got Battle of the
Yes.
Frontier.
Battle at the Last Frontier 2. If you guys can see that there.
Yep.
It's the Alaskan Major coming up. It's gonna be this Saturday and Sunday now. It's a 2-day event.
Alaska's very own regional.
Yes, we're gonna have Lucky and DK Will for those of you that play Smash. Jibbo's here in town too, so
Yeah.
the Street Fighter players.
Oh, yeah.
Gen
That
main
guy's
Street
awesome.
Fighter 4,
Yeah.
Third Strike player as well.
Laura player in 5, so should be fun. Had a really good turnout last year, so if you guys are in the area, please check it out.
Hopefully this year. This year will definitely be bigger, especially for the Smash scene.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
for
gonna
the
be live streamed as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
twitch.tv/TheLastGamers.
Yes.
We'll have 2 streams actually this year. So,
What's the second stream?
we don't know yet.
We haven't decided the
That's
stream.
TBD.
Yeah.
TBA.
Alright. Sounds good.
We just
So
released
we-
a schedule today actually, so go ahead and check it out on our Facebook.
Yep.
It'll be there.
Oh, actually, we can talk about it right now. Why don't you fire this
Yeah,
up?
okay,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Smash 4, the doubles tournament. There's 2 2-hour segments, I guess. The first 2-hour like doubles pools or bracket, whatever, will be at 12 p.m. The second one will be at 2 p.m. Then Smash 4 singles, there's 2 pools again, one at 4 p.m. and one at 6 p.m. And then at 8 p.m. we just have an exhibition matches and just casuals on the side.
So we're gonna have like whatever money matches people want to play. $50 minimum. By the
$50,
way, I think
yeah.
that's our rule because
No.
last year there was some silly stuff going on, man.
Yeah, like, oh, I'll money match you for $1 on
Yeah,
stream.
there was
no,
like
we're not-
there was like
Really?
grudge matches going on, right? And they're
No.
like, it gets really vicious over Facebook. Okay, $5.
Like,
Right? And
what?
they're like, you're on. I was like, oh my god. Dude.
$5.
Yep.
Wow.
The Melee single pools also start at the same time as the Smash 4 doubles, which would be at 12 p.m. and 2 p.m.
Yep.
Our PM singles will start after the Melee singles pool, which would be 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Street Fighter 5, the bracket or pools, is that depending on entrance, like how many?
It'll all be pools.
Oh, it'll all be pools.
Yep.
So the pools start at 2, and then the next bracket or pools, whatever you want to call them, it starts at 4. Pokken MKX T2 don't start till the Sunday, and all of Marvel will be that day on Saturday. Brackets start at 4, top 3 is at 6.
Same as Soul Calibur, which is starting at
Yeah.
noon.
Yeah,
And-
Soul Calibur is gonna be like the first tournament that ends because it starts at noon, ends at 2.
Yep.
And then no problem. And then on the Sunday, the final day, where all like the top 8s and all our grand finals and stuff. Smash is gonna be the last one at 8 p.m. Smash 4, I should say. Melee finals will end at 4 p.m. or start at 4 p.m. Top 8 will be 2 p.m. Street Fighter 5 top 8 will be 6 p.m. Pokken will be 4 p.m. as well. I'm assuming that'll be on the second stream because it's the same time as the Melee top 8. MKX top 3 will be at 8 p.m. and Tag 2 top 3 will be at 6 p.m. So the schedule will be posted online. So if you guys need like a recap of what I just said, because it's kind of a lot of
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
a lot of info to take.
a lot of
in.
numbers and days. So
Yeah.
always look it up online. Put it on your schedule.
Battle at the Last Frontier 2 on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or smash.gg/BLF2.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can check us
the-
out.
You also register online there at smash.gg/BLF. So if it's cheaper to register online, right? Yeah,
Yep,
like
and
10
you
bucks.
have,
You say $10.
I think like 3 days left to do.
Yeah,
I don't
June
remember.
1st is the cutoff
June
for
1st,
pre-registration.
yes.
Yeah, June 1st is the cutoff for pre-registration. You can also, if you're in Anchorage, pre-register at YogaWorks till June 1st.
Yep.
If you don't have access to online, which makes no sense nowadays because it's 2016. Get
That
some-
or you don't want to use your parents' credit card, whatever.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Some of these kids,
Yeah, I mean,
Something
Smash
like that.
players, they're young, so they don't have their own source of income.
to put politely.
But it's okay. We're all there just to play games. It's not bad.
Exactly. Hey, guys, apologies for the echo still. We don't really know what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's our first episode, so
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
rough
we'll
start,
try
but
to-
we'll get
yeah.
there. But yeah, I'm excited for
Schedule.
next week, man.
Same here. Make sure you guys tune in, please.
Yes. Tell your friends, tell your family
Tell your grandma.
if they know what Twitch is. If your grandma knows what Twitch is,
If she does,
that's actually pretty badass. Like, I respect your grandma if she knows what
Best
Twitch
grandma
is.
ever, bro.
Yeah, man. If your grandma watches video
subscribe
games,
to Riot Games for years now.
Alright, I guess that's all the news that we have
Yes.
to cover.
Yes.
Well, I guess we can start by talking about last night's session.
Last night's session was pretty cool.
You know,
It was a good
we
turnout,
had-
actually.
Yeah.
dude.
because when I got here, there was not a lot of people. It was just, but then like as the night went on, like
Dude,
All
everybody
the
wanted
players.
to play that Jibbo guy.
yeah, man, just like,
That guy is
So
dope.
Jibbo's first time playing against us in Street Fighter V. Everybody here, or like most people, showed up.
mhm.
It was really fun. He was on the sticks for a while,
He was like on a
pretty much all night.
yeah all night.
and
Only
then
he
finally, he got figured out near the
Yeah.
end of the night.
So how did you guys feel about playing with this guy? You know, like we play with each
Okay.
other all the
Yeah.
time, right? Or at least
Uh-huh.
you guys do, because
Okay.
I can't play.
Yeah.
So, you know, usually when I play, you feel something different from each player.
Yeah.
How did this guy make you guys feel?
So it's like there's a certain like a level you get to of like fighting games and stuff where
Yeah.
all it comes down to is like who has better footsies and like the whiff punishing game. Like when I play Tekken against Mike, I can't press a button just willy nilly because I will get like electric the moment I like press one.
Yeah.
Like you'd assume it's a safe move to throw out because it's like a jab basically in Street Fighter. But the moment he could react to like a 10-frame move, which is kind of insane.
Mike makes it unsafe.
Yeah, Mike makes whiff jab
Dude,
unsafe.
you guys could do it too. Just a little practice.
I mean, first we gotta get the electric execution down. Then we have to learn reaction.
Dude, I could teach you guys that too. But
Yeah, I mean, it's
So, you guys felt like you guys couldn't whiff anything? at
yeah.
all?
It got down to the point where we basically had to level up our fifth game then and there, just to keep up with his pressure. Because if you would whiff him normal, he'll max punish it like right away, or at least get like some sort of like benefit, like he'll sweet punish you, or put you in a mix up, put you in a 50-50. So
It was definitely out of our comfort zone.
Yeah,
Because we play each other all the time.
Mhm.
And like against you guys, I'm like, okay, I know I can stick out a button here,
Mhm.
or like, oh, I can try to press these and I won't feel too bad because like they're probably they're not gonna hit me here, or whatever. But against Jibbo, it's like, oh, okay, I've never been hit for doing that before. So doing that, and I get like max punish. I was like, oh, that's new. I probably shouldn't be doing that.
It also gave us like a sense of like where we're at compared to like
Other players.
the higher tier players. It gave us like a general idea of like our skill level and how we could improve ourselves.
And it wasn't bad at all. Actually.
Yeah, no, it was
really
a
good,
lot
actually.
closer than what I expected.
Mhm.
Because since we're all going to eat with each other, I just assume like we're not gonna. I mean, I have confidence that we're gonna win, but realistically, there's gonna be players that are just like way and high above our level just because we don't have that kind of experience yet.
Yeah.
And playing against someone like Jibbo, who's been in the competitive scene for such a long time now, from like third strike all the way till now, like it gave us a boost of confidence, if you would, in our skill, because we know we're not that far behind. Yeah. And
That's good.
that we could easily improve to get somewhere near that level.
And it's cool too because like we rarely play online.
Yeah,
like,
I fuck online.
We play each other all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
the fact that we can level up off of that is
Yeah.
pretty cool, I think.
So like, cause like I know a lot of us playing someone of Jibbo's level are gonna level up. Like I know for a fact that my footsie game, just like I think about it more. So like the levels on my footsies will like improve from now on, rather than before where I just do shit just because you guys wouldn't punish it.
Right. And you guys play the same character.
Yeah,
So you can
so-
steal stuff from him.
Oh yeah, if you steal,
Yeah.
if you would. Yeah. Learn is a better
Sorry.
word.
I get straight to the point. It's stealing.
Well, yeah, no, it just levels up your game, like overall playing someone of that caliber, because you're not really exposed to like that deep of Yomi or whatever you want to call it, like in a fighting game, until you play someone like who thinks that deep. In the game, so once you're exposed to that, you kind of get a better understanding of what they're thinking.
And it's definitely a humbling experience if you've never played against a top player before.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sure you had your, the
Oh,
first time you
dude,
played
I
against like
have-
fighting GM or whoever.
I had my humble pie.
Yeah, right? Because like
Yeah.
top dog of Alaska, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You go fight a guy like fighting GM.
It was actually the guy who gave me my humble pie was this guy named 725. He's an old school Tekken player, dating back to Tekken 4 actually. I used to read his Steve strats, and steal them.
Learn
from
I
them.
forgot. Proper terminology. But anyway, yeah, playing with these guys is ridiculous. Like you guys were saying, they know how to punish you. You know, and they show you that this is how you're supposed to play this game.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
And a lot of our Smash players this year, they're going to be going to EVO for the first time.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Right? And they're like, oh, I'm the best here, whatever. Blah,
How
blah,
many
blah.
are?
Several. Yeah, there's
Like
like
approximately 10 or 20?
I'd say 10.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
Like just for
one
Smash 4,
game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot for us, for
Yeah.
those who aren't in our
Yeah, I
Anchor
mean,
scene,
right.
Alaska scene.
And these players have never gotten exposure to outside, like, well, online, maybe.
Sure.
But
But
online doesn't really count.
It's way different game.
Yeah, this is
online,
their
you
first
know?
major then.
So,
Yeah.
I'm hearing from a lot of them, like, oh, we're gonna make out of pools easy.
Like,
So, no, yeah,
You'll
no hate
see.
towards the Smash 4
Like,
players, but you guys are
that's-
gonna get humbled. You
Yeah,
know, like,
there's
it's a matter of fact. Like,
Yeah.
It's gonna be an
Yeah.
experience for you, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Have either of you played in a bracket of death yet at EVO?
And this is my first Evo, so. Like,
I had to fight Reinhardt on stage.
Oh,
And that was, that wasn't my first time playing a top player, but it was my first time on EVO stage.
With the top
Like,
player.
with a top player,
What game were you guys playing?
Street Fighter 4 AE.
Oh,
So
okay.
the era of Yun and Yang.
So-
And he played.
Who
He
were
was
you
the young
playing?
man,
We
right?
were both playing Yun.
Yeah.
Oh, mirror match.
Right?
You
And
guys
well-
both, or no, he was playing Sagat and Vanilla.
No, he was playing Yun and
Yeah.
AE.
Because
Oh,
in AE,
okay.
everyone was a young man.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Literally.
but I
everyone.
mean, before AE, what did he
He was
play?
Sagat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I know
Ryu.
Sagat.
So.
Okay, yeah, because
Right.
you're a Ryu main as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
So
it's
that
almost
was-
like you guys mirror each
Yeah.
other.
exactly.
They're very similar playstyles.
He's the British Black Binky.
He's also a pro player.
Yeah, he was also a pro player.
Yeah.
But
That guy is really awesome.
that's
So-
an experience for later. We'll talk about that later.
Alright, so let's dial it back.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the way back
All the way back.
to the first time you played a video game.
A video game, my first one.
Any one, you know.
I honestly don't remember that. You know,
Okay.
I try to think about it sometimes. I don't remember what I
So
played.
what's
for it.
your earliest memory then?
Probably playing on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Like-
what game or games?
The various Mario games, like Mario Bros. Like there's something called Super Mario Bros. All Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that game. Yeah.
It has
yeah.
part 1, 2, and 3 on it.
Yeah.
Played that. Mario Paint. You know, I was a big Mario kid.
I never played
Oh,
Mario
wow.
Paint.
Mario Paint is the bomb, dude.
Awesome. That's where I started too.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
So what was the progression from there?
From there,
Yeah.
I played a lot of platformers like Crash Bandicoot and
Well,
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
era of platformers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why platformers are my favorite genre.
Yeah,
games.
that
Outside
was-
of fighting games, like I
Cool.
love platformers and adventure
It
games.
was like Spyro, Crash,
Mhm.
Jack and Daxter.
Yep.
Uh,
Anything that involved you
Rocket.
jumping from platform to platform, like hanging on stuff, you know,
Prince of
collecting
Persia.
gems and coins.
Yeah.
I was there, man.
Wow. So
my favorite
earlier
games.
on, you were practicing footsies already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And timing.
Spacing, right?
Spacing,
Yeah.
Spacing and timing.
yeah.
That's what I
First
attribute to.
starts.
But actually, people say I have kind of good execution. I attribute that to music games.
Yeah, music.
That's
Oh.
rhythm games were my other favorite.
So was that kind of your first competitive?
That's my first
scene?
competitive scene.
Okay.
I started competing when I was 7.
Mario.
DDR.
DDR. Oh
Space
yeah,
Station,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
won a
DDR,
couple
man.
tournaments there. I was known as the little shit there.
Oh, shit.
all the teenagers like, man, we can't beat this kid. Or,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because everyone was so high and mighty on DDR.
Yeah.
DDR was such a big scene. I feel.
yeah, that was our huge
So-
game at the time. So
What was your best memory of playing that game?
best memory of playing DDR, just the community of it, man.
Yeah.
Like, everybody I played with over at Space Station, which great arcade by the way. We all
I
miss
miss
it.
Yep.
It was a sense of family, you know. So
Yep.
I play with those people all the time, and we compete against each other. They're like my older brothers and sisters. So.
Yeah, after Space Station, it was Century, the
Yeah.
movie theater.
Yep, the movie theater or Fireweed. So we're a little weird family.
And then after that, it was the initial D scene became big.
Yes. See, I didn't get into that
Yeah.
too much, but that was a fun game too.
Yeah, initially was
Yeah.
fun. There's a lot
I
of
can get
money.
in that with Cho.
Yes.
Cho was in that
Yeah.
hard.
Cho, Sean, and Kevin.
Sean and Kevin were like
They were like
the best.
at
Yeah,
the time,
in the
yeah.
state, yeah.
Which was really
Yeah,
cool.
they were like into they played that game so much, dude. Like, cause they're like, I was like, oh, let's go to like because we're not family, like, oh, let's get my uncle's birthday. Like, okay, we'll be there after initial D. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Serious business, man.
those guys are coming here as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will hear
A
that
lot
story
of
in another
awesome
episode.
people.
Yeah, we have it. This is the first episode of many.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good,
But yeah.
good season 1.
Right. Exactly.
Season 1.
Word to come,
You're
dude.
gonna have to work a lot.
But yeah, I dabbled in a lot of DDR and fighting games at Space Station too. So
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
what was your first fighting game?
the first game I took seriously was Tekken 4.
Tekken 4?
Yeah.
You skip 3?
No, I played it.
Oh.
I played all the Tekkens,
Yeah, but-
right? And like
Tekken 4.
that was my first
probably
favorite
already
fighting
out.
game. And then 4, I started getting like, okay, I'm gonna try to get serious about this.
So who was your character?
King.
Oh, you were a King
Yeah,
player.
I did the throw combo or the
The
throw.
multi-throws?
Yeah, multi throws. I was like 8 years old, right?
man.
Took it to
You
game.
were one of those kids.
Yep. Took it to GameWorks in Las Vegas. They had a huge screen for Tekken 4. I was like, okay. Some guy came to play me. I got the throw on him, and he's like, man. He just stood up and left. I was like, okay. Thanks for the credit, dude.
And I hope you guys still aren't falling for that. That's like Tekken 3 strats.
Yep. Mash 1 and 2. That's all you needed to do.
Yeah. It's like, or if you really want to find out which one he's doing, pick one button
Yep.
and see which one will break.
Exactly.
And then you will always break
Or
it.
you can just watch it. It's really cool animation.
Yep.
And I get a lot of damage on you. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I used to play this guy who was also a King player. He was actually the guy who taught me how to play Tekken. And when he would play King, we would watch his hands to find the throw. For like, for this combination, you mash 1.
Yeah.
For this combination, you mash 2.
Right.
Dude, there was a level of adaptation to where he covered his hands, dude. Once he got you in the throw, he would go into his stance, dude, and it was like his throw stance.
50-50.
True 50-50.
Valley Tudo staple.
So, I actually heard about you back in the old days of Third Strike.
Mm.
I actually did it. You know, I heard that
Yeah.
some of the people in Thai Kitchen would play poker and fighting games, specifically Third Strike.
Third Strike, yeah. So,
how did you get to there?
about, what is it? I want to say we started playing poker when I was like 11, so this is maybe 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah. Gamble at 11? What a boss, dude.
Oh, it's on archive now. Shit.
Yeah, whoops. Yeah, they can't stop you.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
Come get me, guys. But anyway, we just had a video game set up on the side. We would play anything. You know, first it was Tekken 5.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And then played a lot of that. And then a friend of mine, Talon, you know, he played a lot of Third Strike. He's like, oh, man, do you guys play Street Fighter? Like, oh, a little bit. You know, I like Daigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That got me playing Third Strike.
Yeah.
So we started playing, and we just got our ass handed to like every time we played against Talon.
Mm-hmm.
And Talon and his squad, man.
Really? Who was the squad back then?
There's a Laos guy.
Mhm.
I think his name was Zetapon. He was a really good Ryu player. Talon played Akuma. And then, I don't remember who the other guy played.
And
But
they were
anyway.
like legit, like actually playing Third Strike?
Yeah.
Or was it just okay?
And me and Bo couldn't beat him,
Yeah.
right? Knowing me and Bo, we get salty at every loss we take. Right? We're like,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to come back and beat these guys. And it just grew from there.
Let's see.
Like, every session we got closer and closer to beating them. We eventually just started kicking their ass, no problem. And then they stopped playing. So,
Talon, why?
Wow.
thank you, Talon, for starting my Third Strike career, though.
Yes.
And
Good stuff, bro.
yeah, me and Bo just got to a point where like, you want to try Eva? Like, okay. So in 2007, we went. I almost made it out of pools. That was
Third
my
Strike?
first Evo ever. Yeah, it was in Third Strike.
Wow, how far did you get?
Last match before.
Oh,
I
you
made
were
it out of
in
pools.
finals.
Oh, man.
Lost
Final
to
three.
lost to a Dudley player because it was. Man, this is a bad memory of mine.
Oh, no.
I got him with a super and he put his controller down. He got really mad. He thought he lost, and I thought he lost too. Got a magic pixel, right? He's like, he picked up his controller and he made a comeback on me. Yeah.
The Wushige?
Yeah, well,
Basically,
no.
Wushige.
Yeah.
Like he put his controller down, so you just thought you wanted already in his left, and
Yeah, he's like, oh, right. And I was like, oh, good. I went to shake his hand. I see Dudley get up on the screen. I was like, oh, no, right? And he panics and grabs his stick. And, yeah. The rest is history, man.
Damn.
I block out that part of him. That
That
memory.
sucks,
So,
bro.
yeah, that's sad. But it was cool because I had a couple Japanese pros watching my matches. Bo beat like one of the best U.S. Yuns at the time.
Really?
With a
Who?
bottom tier character. His name was Nestor.
Oh,
He beat him
okay.
with Q. So,
Wow.
oh yeah, wasn't Bo Cumin or Urian?
Urian and Q.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So,
And that was a really cool experience. From there,
But
I
then-
was like, dude, I love the fighting game.
But Q was technically top tier after 3 taunts.
Yeah, after
right?
3 taunts, he's
top tier
like
as
one of the
fuck.
best characters ever.
He
It's so
gets
funny. And, like, I hated Justin Wong at the time. Hey.
okay, why? Where did this hate come from?
I don't know, man. I was just like,
Because he was a Daigo fanboy. Why?
yeah, I love
that.
Daigo.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
That
But
little-
Daigo
man.
always kicks his
I was
ass.
like, man, this fat guy is cocky. I don't like this
Wait,
guy.
wasn't he skinny back in the day?
Yeah, he was,
Like-
but he was still a little chubby. He's just
Oh,
a little
like-
chubbier now.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Wong factor hit him.
Wong factor.
You know?
Factor
But no, and
catches up to everybody. Dude.
it's so funny, man. Like in my first game, I just go sit at a table. I look over, and I was like, "Is that Justin Wong sitting with me?" God damn it! Right? Moved to a different table. Bo was like,
Really?
I was like, Bo was like, "Why are you upset?" He was like, "It's Justin Wong right there." He's like, "Who is that?" So I have to explain it to him. Yeah.
Oh man! So when was the first time you saw the Daigo or the Evo moment number
Were you there
37.
live?
No, I was not there live. That was in 2004. That's actually what made me start playing Street
okay.
Fighter.
Yeah, that's when
Um,
we started playing
JTM
games too.
said he was there. Shout outs to the JTM.
See, and
mix-ups.
we don't know if he was actually there. or
Yeah,
not, dude.
JTM's he's not real.
He's not real.
He's a myth.
He's a myth.
Yeah,
He's a legend.
he's a figment of our
Yeah. He's an urban legend that we like to tell people.
Our collective imagination.
He's like the collective use of AKG.
Right. But no, the first time I saw the video, I think was back in 2003. No,
That
that would
That
be
was
before it
pre-YouTube.
happened.
That was pre-YouTube.
I don't know if you guys remember the Street Fighter anniversary collection came out on PS2 and Xbox.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Right before that game came out, I saw a video, and that's what I was like, dude, I want this
What
game.
website was it? Because I know this is before YouTube.
Yeah, there was no YouTube.
The YouTube was
Probably SRK.
yeah, because YouTube was
Wow.
0506.
Mhm.
So Evo moment number 37 had that much of an impact.
Yeah, that's why I was like, dude, Daigo's my favorite player. Right?
Wow,
Seeing that,
okay.
like, I bought the wrong game because
Did you buy the EX one?
Alpha 3 Max.
Yeah. Oh, Alpha 3. Okay.
Right, and I was like, I can't parry in this game, and it looks so different. I picked Ken, I picked Chun, I made her do super. I was like, I just keep getting hit by it, and I press forward. On my PSP, actually. So I
Wow.
was like, yeah.
How long did it take you to get
To realize,
yeah.
like a month or two, I was like, oh, that's not the same game. That's how bad I was at Street Fighter
Yeah.
back when I
Wow.
was a kid.
I think Evo Moment 37 is a lot of like the start of many
Mhm.
fighting games.
If you ask everyone, like, oh, why do you like Daigo? Most people say, 37 was like really
the first time I saw. That's the first time I saw Daigo.
Yeah.
And then I saw Wombo Combo, which made me think fighting games were just hella
Yeah.
hype. I was like, okay, I should just play fighting games. And then I saw the Yipes video, like, ooh man, fuck the Knicks. I was like, holy shit, fighting was hype. I was like, fighting games were fucking hype. So I started playing Marvel 2 because of that video,
Mhm.
and that's how now I'm here. So
Yeah. It was funny too because last year's Evo, there was a Japanese TV crew going around, and they came up to us like, "Oh, you guys have a minute?" We're like, "Yeah." Well, and they asked us a couple questions about our fighting game career, and the last question was, "Who's your guys' favorite player?" It was me, Benny, Marcus, and someone else, all the same number.
Daigo.
Yeah.
Daigo.
Right, and they're like, "Oh, hey," you know, like, and I'm like, "Oh, why?" You know, like, number 37.
Yep.
And like his whole demeanor on fighting games is like really inspiring to me.
And he's not a dick.
Exactly.
He's
really humble,
he's like a genuinely good person, like, or at least I think he is.
Mhm.
Dude, didn't he donate his?
He donated his Capcom Cup money to like Tokyo University or something. He's like, here, I don't need it.
Wait, how much is the?
$640,000
Yeah.
for second place, I think.
Second place, yeah.
Second place.
First place got how much?
Was it 640? No, that's too much. That's way too much.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude. I was
Like,
thinking
man, Daigo gave it.
64,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's still a good chunk of shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking like
Just
I'm
one
pretty
less
sure
zero.
Kazanoko won less than that.
Yeah, no, I was like,
Wait,
yeah,
wait, wait.
they only had like 500 grand for
Yeah.
the pool.
Yeah.
My bad. Either way, Daigo's the boss. TLDR.
He never gets free.
People are like, they're like, man, you sound like such a Daigo fan. I was like, yeah, I am.
What are you
Sorry.
gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's hard not to like the dude, honestly. Like, you don't have to be a Daigo fan to like him. Like, he's just a likable dude.
Exactly.
Even if you never met him in person, like, you're just seeing him.
Oh
So-
yeah, dude. You know my favorite Daigo moment is the video that was online where these guys were, I don't know if it was a camcorder or whatever crappy phone it was, but they had a camera on it and they were walking around campus.
Sleeping on a table?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daigo sleeping on the table, passed out drunk.
Yeah, dude, Daigo loves drinking, I think.
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah. After that, I'm like, wow, this guy is hella dope. I want to be just like him when I grow up.
And you're like, Daigo, it's time for your pool, dude. Okay. Gets up, beats your ass, and he's drunk.
Yep.
That's what I strive for, man.
I think my favorite, like, other than 37, my favorite Daigo one was the whiff punish super on was it F champ? Where he does like crouching fierce and
Oh, Arturo.
what was
So,
Arturo?
Oh, yeah.
He's playing sim, or Arturo's playing sim full screen, does the stand fierce, right? And Daigo's been conditioned. He's like, okay, I'll just throw out a low fierce and cancel the super. It hits him and takes the match back.
I was like, yeah, that was fucking. That was like the first, like my first like actual like me sitting down watching all these Evo videos, and that was like my first time like wanted to be like going to Evo.
Yeah.
Because 37 and Wombo combo and all that Mango Sentinel shit just got me started. But watching that one was like, man, I should really take this seriously because it's pretty hype.
Anyway, enough about Daigo. That's a whole other episode, right?
We love you, man.
Daigo might be a guest, who knows?
Yeah.
So you belong to like 2 different communities, so far in our discussion. Who else was playing a Thai Kitchen? Because I actually met Albert Paredes.
Who was playing Attack with us? It was mainly just like me, Talon, Bo, my cousin that used to live here in Alaska. He played Paul and Lay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was not bad at all. Yeah, and Albert.
Okay.
So that we had a really small group.
I see.
Oh, Brandon.
Oh, Brandon?
Yes. Brandon Collins. Mr. Oscar Perry.
The stairs.
All day. Still does it to this day.
Every time.
Still does it to this day. We love you, man.
Yep, the master.
But yeah, that was it for our group.
So, how did that progress into you getting into AKG? Because, we've already known each other forever.
Yeah, it's been, 10 years now?
Yeah,
Almost?
dude. Like, Alaska Fight Nights, I think the
Oh,
first
yeah.
one was.
And I was going through YouTube and I saw that. I was like, I forgot that was a thing. AFNT.
Yep.
We were playing
And
T5DR, but
Yeah, I think the next time we met was
AKGL.
AKGL.
So this is the very start of AKG. Back in 2005, I want to say, we had a board or a forum, if you guys remember, AlaskaGamers.com.
.com.
Yep.
And then
And-
.net.
I was hooked to those boards all day, man. It was we just wanted a place to have all the competitive gamers of Alaska to go meet, discuss competitive games online or whatever.
So whose idea was it?
That was Bombies, and I don't know if you know Bernon. He used to be like the head of Alaska Gamers,
Oh, okay.
and a couple other people, me and a couple friends. So it was a big collaborative effort.
Nice.
Got the forum up, and from there we saw a lot of interest and stuff. A lot of people posting like, oh yeah, I play these games. A lot of Halo and whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, we want to throw a big tournament, AKGL, Alaska Gamers League.
Yeah.
And
That was an amazing event, dude.
thank you. That was pretty much the first battle at the Last Frontier. It's back in 2007, right?
Yeah. It's basically the prequel.
Wait, was it 07?
Is that on my
think
Kincaid?
so.
Was it
Yeah.
on Kincaid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kincaid.
I didn't go to that one. No,
Okay.
my brother and Emmanuel C went to that to play Halo, but I was busy with elementary.
Doing little kid stuff.
Little kids playing outside and basketball, not playing video games. Like I play video games, but I was like, I don't want to play video games tournament. That's
Right.
fucking lame. I want to play basketball.
Yeah. Anyway, that was like
Yeah.
a big, big premier tournament for a bunch of games. Actually, we had a lot of Halo players. We had 2-on-2
Yeah,
Halo.
shooters were really big up here. Like at that time, like Gears, Halo.
Yeah, Halo. It was Halo 3.
Yeah, Halo 3 was
dominating at the time.
I think that was the biggest tournament I heard at AKGL.
So Halo 3, yeah, we had a bunch of 2v2 teams. We had a really good Third Strike tournament. That was hype.
yeah.
Tekken 5.
Yep, Tekken
Yep.
5, I guess.
Was it DR? I think it was DR at the time. But yeah, there was a good turnout for Tekken, and it was really hype. Guitar Hero, and then Smash Bros. Brawl, which had it was like their big premier tournament too here.
So how did you feel just after the place was set up? I know there was a lot of work. And we can skip that because that's never really fun.
It's never fun at all.
Just setting up for a major or big tournaments.
The fun part about that is seeing your work come
Yeah.
into fruition. You know, so.
All the fun.
But yeah, that was the feeling I got after that. Just seeing all the people coming, I was like, wow, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
It's a really good feeling. Yeah.
Approximately how many people were there again?
I would say at the time it was really big, probably 60 people.
Oh,
60,
yeah,
70 people.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, even for Kincaid, like that little.
Yes.
Yeah.
Center.
And
That
it
little-
seemed really full just for that small
that
part of
little
Kincaid.
place
Yeah, that-
was packed.
Yeah.
It almost felt like you were at Evo. There
Yeah,
were
you have
so
to
many
drive out to
people
the
who
middle
were
of the fucking woods,
Yeah.
you know, just to go play some video games.
Cause,
that was pretty amazing.
I remember not going just because I didn't know what Kincaid was, and I just heard it was really far from where I live.
You're like, nah.
And I was like, this sounds like it's a city out of Anchorage. Shut up.
No thanks. Missed out, man.
Yeah, I did. I should have went, and I didn't. But fast forward 2 more years, you know, Marvel 3 came
Yep.
out, and
Oh man.
that's when I came to this thing.
Yeah, dude.
So you know, it
Marvel
all
3 was
it all
dope.
links, dude. Yeah, the first person I met actually for Marvel 3 was Swamp, and then Banky,
Yeah.
and then it was a cool ass story that like got
Yeah.
me started. Talk about that later.
That's
Don't
another
worry,
episode
bro.
yet again. Yeah.
Yup, you're episode 3, man. And when
Episode
we
3.
get there, dude,
Oh,
it's
shit.
gonna be awesome.
Like,
But yeah, so like, how did you learn how to play? That's a very interesting
Daigo.
experience.
yeah, I would say it's probably
Daigo. But like
Whoa.
Tekken, just playing against, you know, like you know how family, like the brothers, you know, like, oh, I'll beat you this time. They learn what to do to beat their
Yeah.
brother or whatever. Yeah, that's what I did with me and Bo, back and forth. You know,
And Bobby wasn't playing at the time.
Bobby
didn't
was
come
not
in.
playing
He didn't
at
come
the time,
until
no.
Street Fighter 4.
he played fighting games very casually back when he was like 14, 15. But he didn't come until Street Fighter 4. But it was me and Bo playing fighting games against each other all the time. You know, and again, we got salty whenever we lost. Like, oh, this is how I'm gonna beat him next time. You know.
Yeah.
And off of that, I think you can level up to a really decent level.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
and Kaiser, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
Not according to Bill.
no.
Oh
see-
yeah.
No, because Bill and Bruce was the reason why Bill got good.
Yeah. At Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And two.
Yeah, and 2 for Tekken.
And you know,
He's got Fang too,
I
man.
think
Whatever they play.
close friends can do it, but like brothers, there's another thing about it, like just the rivalry.
There was a
you
certain
know?
point in time where Kaiser was actually good enough to compete in tournaments, and he'd beat me sometimes. Like, okay, I was still better than him, but he'd beat me sometimes. And when he'd beat me, I'd just get mad because I was like, "Oh, you fucking suck." Dude.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
That's
beat me. Just
sibling
like
rivalry, bro.
Exactly.
it's a little brother syndrome where you just assume you're better, that you're older brother than everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I just like, I'm better at Kaiser than everything.
So nobody really taught you then. Like you never.
we taught
had...
ourselves,
Nice.
right? And
It's a lot of people in AKG as well. Like
Yeah.
a majority of AKG players, the older ones like you,
Yeah.
Bombo,
like before 09.
yeah,
Not the
Before
09ers. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like I've had a lot of people teach me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're fortunate enough to have teachers and stuff too.
Yeah. That's why I adopted the name Highlander.
Mhm.
Because in that
Like
show
only one.
or movie, he goes through a ton of masters.
Yeah.
And I'm not done with that journey yet either.
Can only be
Still-
one.
Dude.
But yeah, it progressed to Third Strike, you know, and then I watched a lot of like Daigo videos. I was like, okay, I'm gonna copy what he does here. I don't know why he's doing it yet, but I'm gonna copy it.
So when
Use
did
it
you
on both.
figure that out? Like when did you figure out how to think in a fighting game?
How to think? It was probably, I would say, right before Evo.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, you know, I told Bo, I remember saying this, is like, you know, on the grand scheme of things, we really suck at this game. He's like, yeah, I know.
Even now, man. Even now.
Yeah,
Like
even
we talk
now.
about this all the time. Even now, like going to Evo this year, like we're still.
We just said that like yesterday too. You're
Yeah.
like, on the grand scheme of things, we're really bad.
Yeah, like
But honestly, seeing like against Jibbo and stuff,
I mean,
not that
there's
bad,
there's
you know?
improvement,
Yeah.
but we're still not like
right there.
top 182, 256 level
Mhm.
yet. But there's by like some sort of chance, like one of us is like playing on a godlike level,
Yeah.
like everything's just on point.
Exactly.
We could get
But,
there, but
yeah, that's what got me thinking, you know, and I would watch Daigo videos, I would copy it, and then after I would wonder why it works, you know, think
Yeah.
about what's happening, and then, oh, that makes sense now. And then incorporate it in my game. Bo would think of something to beat me, or copy something, you know, then I look up tech to beat that.
yeah. And even now, you're still learning
yeah,
like, levels of
exactly.
thinking about the game and stuff.
And every time, like, now that I'm taking fighting games really seriously now, I feel like I'm improving every time I want to
Yeah,
figure out
'cause
something.
Every time you play, then I notice like you always ask some sort of question to like deal with something.
Yeah.
you
And
know?
then I try to put that in my
Yeah,
game,
and then you
you know,
just
and
think
it
about
seems
it
to be
harder,
working,
yeah.
so.
Wait, so you're telling me you weren't even being serious when you were beating the shit out of me back in Street Fighter 4?
I was always serious, man. Always serious, dude.
But
Always learning.
you mean by being serious now, it's basically kind of the main focus that you have now?
It's a serious hobby for me.
Like-
I would say.
I kind of get it. Like you're putting the actual effort and time into like getting better
Yes.
instead of just playing the game and like playing to win. You're like actually playing to get better instead of just
Yeah. like
winning is the ultimate goal.
yeah,
But, you know, you're
like
playing
I was gonna say I don't really care about winning, but
Yeah.
I kind of do.
Yeah,
But-
like, winning's the ultimate goal, but your main focus is just getting better.
Like if I get bought by a pro, if I can see myself taking games off him, I'm already happy.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Shin Paulo coming here, one of the best KI players. If I can play him and start taking games off his main while he's playing seriously, like
And you were.
yeah, and
That's
I was
the
like,
funny
cool,
thing.
I'm happy. You know, I was getting beat like 50-2, but I'm improving every time, and I know what to do against him. So
Yeah.
that's what gets me going in fighting games. You know, seeing improvement, and I think this genre of video games, you see the most improvement.
And that's good
Time.
mentality too. Like that mentality gets you places. Like, you know, if you just stick to it, you
Mhm.
know, no matter how slow it takes you, then you get there.
It actually it took Weirdo Neo to tell me, he's like, Pinky, I see that you don't like losing. I was like, well, fuck you, man. No one likes losing. I was so mad at him in the tournament. He told me that because I just lost,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, Pinky, you don't like losing, do you?
Like,
You
no
know,
one
I got
likes losing.
so mad at Mr. Weirdo Neo.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
I was like, Neo, you need to shut up. And I just like walked away from him. And I dwelled on it. And I was like, yeah, I don't like losing. I need to change my attitude.
Yeah.
I need to turn it into something positive.
Instead of like thinking, oh, I need to win more. No, I need to get better, so then I can win.
Right.
Yeah, because just going for the win is not gonna. It'll
Yeah,
help you
it-
improve, but not as. It won't help you. It won't teach you anything on like, you know, trying to win.
And if you're only focused on winning, you're not going to learn anything.
Yeah.
You're just going to be like, why couldn't I win? You know, I need to get better. You don't tell yourself how to get better. You just, I need to win. There's no goal in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually been telling people that, you know, I got too good at Tekken to where I would have to only save the videos where I lose.
Yeah.
It's the only time I learn. Every time I win, I'm like, oh, I got electric again. I win. Cool. But, you know, something that a lot of people don't learn, I think, it's very important, is what you were just talking about. A lot of people will quit fighting games or quit something just because they're unsuccessful at 1st. And I mean, they don't realize that there will be a lot of reward later on for taking these beatings right now.
Yeah.
And that goes with like anything, not just fighting.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that goes with like literally
Everything.
anything that you're trying to get good at. Like you will suck at it at first.
And I think the losses are what make those successes that much sweeter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Like
seeing where you came from and then seeing how much better you got.
you go a long way from just.
Yeah. This
Keep
is why
trying.
Naruto, the manga anime character, is so popular.
Yeah, because
It's
Believe it.
because
Naruto started from nothing. Like,
Exactly.
literally
the
nothing.
struggle.
Yeah, his clone jutsu was shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, remember the first episode? We were like, no, do clone jutsu. Oh, fuck.
I bet.
You get a dumbass looking clone.
Yeah, dude. I've met a lot of people now who played fighting games, and very few people that I've met were actually geniuses. Like, you know, the Sasuke's. There might be a few of those, but it's really
Vangs.
like how the anime...
The Vangs.
Yeah.
all four of the Vangs are just gods at like gaming, you know.
Oh, dude, we also have the Super Kitsch Bros.
Yes.
The originators, bro.
No.
I mean, you know, you said that Bo was able to beat a Japanese player.
At Third Strike.
Or
That was
a top US player.
Oh, top yes. Oh, yeah.
And this is our first ever major for a
Yep.
fighting game, so.
So that's pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, and he was your rival too.
Yep, that is my rival, so glad to have
that's also like, you know, speaking of like, you know, that's also a boost in your like wanting to get better as your rival beating someone that's actually really good and you can't beat that person they beat, dude, you get so mad.
Yeah, and you want to get to that level, and it really pushes your strides.
Yeah,
get
there was a
better.
point in time when Kaiser would just beat like Kevin, the top player at Marvel up here, and I couldn't beat Kevin for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
I was like, how? Like I'd body Kaiser, but Kaiser would beat Kevin, and I would never beat Kevin. I would get so mad.
Mike's brother John. Yeah. Beating all the top players, you're like, why? How's it happening?
He's got the cursed blood running
Yeah.
through his veins.
Yeah,
It's
seeing
Michigan,
your
Alaska.
seeing your training partner / rival / whatever playing better than you just makes you like so mad or motivated or whatever. It makes me mad.
And again, that applies to anywhere in life.
Yeah.
Like having a rival, it really pushes you to do something.
Yeah. As anime as it sounds, dude, it's kind of true.
Yeah, it really is.
Fucking anime teaches you life lessons, man. Stop hating on it, man. Anime is
Listen to
good.
this weeb here.
I'm not a weeb, but I like anime a lot.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Agreed.
I was telling Jason Lee, aka Young Hove, he's actually been feeling guilty lately of not actually putting in his time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a very good player.
He is.
And I told him that he needs to watch more anime. Now, bear with me here. Bear with me here.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
in the 21 years that I've been playing competitively, there's a lot of breaks in between. There's not like, it's not a full-on, like, I've been playing every day for 21 years. There was a certain point where, let's forget about that. Anyway, how did we get here again? What were we just talking about, bro?
Anime.
Anime.
Life. Yeah.
Applying to life. So I was telling Jason that every once in a while I would need a push to get competitive. So I would watch the Dragon Ball tournaments.
Oh.
And dude, people would bring their new techniques, you know? And I would equate that to what people do at sessions or our tournaments. Where all of a sudden, Raph has a new setup.
Yep.
And he's gonna fucking kill you with it, you know? So
Every
you
time.
gotta come up with
Every
your
time.
own new technique. And, you know, just watching that really inspires me to get back into it, you know, once I've taken, like, enough of a break,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, anime is fucking awesome. What's
Yeah.
your favorite anime?
I have way too many.
Okay. Top 10, top 10.
Oh, this is
Top
them
10.
all.
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann,
Well,
top
please
3.
Yeah, I can't like Gurren Lagann is
Top
one of
3.
them.
Gurren
Okay, I
Lagann.
still
Easily
haven't
top.
watched that one.
Oh my god, dude.
I know, dude. I'll watch it tonight.
It's so good.
As
I
soon
promise.
as soon as you finish the series, like your arm will be healed.
There's a point in time. There's a
Awesome.
point in time in the anime where you're just like, this anime is kind of like, okay, it's just an anime, and then this major event happens, or it's earlier on, you know what I'm talking about. The
Yeah.
stupid monkey.
Yep.
You'll figure it out. Fuck that
Alright,
monkey.
dude. I'll figure
Yeah,
it
there's
out.
a stupid monkey comes in, and you just like, that's what, like, it's the worst moment in anime history, but it hooks you in so
Yeah.
easily. Like, I almost teared up, dude. I was so sad. But fuck that monkey, dude.
Well,
if you
watch
guys watch Gurren Lagann, you know what the monkey I'm talking about? Fuck that monkey,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean,
It could, it made it for a good story, but it was not.
you just have to watch
Yeah,
it.
just
man.
watch it. I don't want to spoil
That's
it.
all.
So it was such a good
But
moment in history.
I can't name my favorite animes off the top of my head, man. There's way too many I like.
So,
But Gurren Lagann, he's
Yes.
let's get back on track again.
We can do that.
Oh yeah, dude. Those 20 minutes that we went on a tangent,
That's
that was
podcast
all
food.
for free.
Subscribe.
Yep, subscribe. Actually, subscribe to Alaska Gamers, because we're moving there next
Yeah.
time. Bombi told me about all this tech kind of last minute.
Oh, okay.
Like, in fairness though, he's been asking me if I wanted to use the Alaska Gamers Twitch, but, you know, I didn't really want to bother him too much, and I was like, I already have a Twitch thing, so,
Right.
but he told me that it will notify 400 people.
Yeah,
Right
all,
off
all
the
of our
bat.
subscribers. So.
So, if you like this, go subscribe over there, and we'll be over there.
Twitch.tv/Alaska
But also,
Gamers.
please subscribe to
Yeah,
AKG
to AKG
Tekken.
Tekken. This is
Yeah.
also,
Yeah, we'll do some streams.
Try to do some stuff on AKG
this is
Tekken
also
when we
like one of
can.
our secondary channels.
Yep.
Fun channel too.
It really is.
Get a lot of mic.
Yeah, well, actually, this is the first stream I've done on this channel.
Oh, really?
So there is no content
Uh,
yet.
Well, if you
I've
want,
had it up. I have the streaming equipment, but it's not complete yet.
if you want more Mike Magno,
There's gonna be more Mike.
There will
So
be
yeah,
more.
please subscribe.
if
Everybody always wants that.
if you didn't have enough Mike Magno in the first place, now here's your chance.
Yep, you
gotta
can never
go
have too much Mike Magno, guys.
All
Doria.
right.
Oh yeah.
So we went from the earlier communities to the beginnings of AKG.
Mhm.
So 09, I think.
That was the
like,
year
in
ending.
the dark ages of AKG. I remember talking to Banky and Bombi trying to set up a session with them.
Yep.
I
Took
remember being
forever.
so salty too, because they're like, well, we don't really know you, dude. I'm like, dude, I'll bring you a Dobo, man.
Yeah.
I promise, it's awesome.
This guy's like, I hear you're really good at Tekken, man. I want
Yeah.
to play. I was like, well, I'm like 13. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I kept trying and trying, and then eventually AKGL happened.
Yep.
And that's like the first time that everybody got to meet each other and everything.
That from the AKG forums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was more of like a meet and greet. Like after that, nothing really happened. You know, like
Yeah.
we talked to each other a little bit. I talked to Bo a little bit. That's where I met Bombi. Bombi
Mm.
sold me this pizza.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome pizza.
Was it homemade? Or...
No, all Costco food.
All
Oh
Costco
shit,
pizza.
dude.
We had like a
It
box
was
of like
tough.
50
You
You
hot
made it
dogs.
sound like it was like some sort of like godlike pizza he made.
It is godlike pizza.
I know, it's Costco pizza. It's godlike. But I was like, oh, did Bobby make pizza back then?
Oh, come on, man. You guys know about the legendary Costco.
Yeah, dude. I know. Costco pizza.
$2 for the best pizza you're
$10 for a
Yeah.
big ass pizza?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Costco's a shit.
Oh, Costco.
Sponsor us, Costco.
Yeah,
Yep.
please.
There you go.
Costco. Banksters.
That'd be sick, dude.
But yeah,
Alright, so 09 happens.
the year of Street Fighter 4 on console. It was really like the rebirth of the whole FGC,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Like, there was a time like Third Strike Age, like near the end of it, where like everything was just dying down. No one was really,
Oh, yeah.
Remember the dark? We had to go on Tekken Zyboats and SRK just to
Yeah.
talk about fighting games.
Yeah, and
Yeah, dude.
no one would want to play. Like, people are losing motivation to play Evo.
Because shooters. were
Yeah,
big
shooters.
things,
Yeah, that's
so-
when that's when Call of Duty
Mhm.
and Gears and also were getting big. So like a lot of people transitioned to shooters.
Yeah, we also didn't get no games.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was no new no new
we were
big
playing
fighting
Capcom
games.
Yeah.
was silent after Third Strike.
Yeah, they're like, we fucked up. You know? These guys are enjoying this game. Let them do it.
Yeah.
People were playing Marvel 2, ST, Third Strike for like 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Good
And
games.
then-
Don't get me
CVS
wrong.
And then boom, Street Fighter 4 hits.
Yep.
FGC is revived.
And you know, people are like, oh, it's a new Street Fighter. It has Ken and Ryu and all of them.
There was like 8 in the original cast, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you heard about it?
About Street Fighter 4?
Yeah.
Well, being a Third Strike fan,
Yeah.
you know,
Like, right
and,
away.
yeah, looking at SRK every day, there's a new Street Fighter, right? And everyone's like, man, I hope it's like Third Strike, because that's the greatest game ever.
Nah,
Yeah.
totally different. Dude.
Totally different. You know, more news came out every day. and you
Everyone's
get
like, the
hella
fuck
hype.
is Focus Attack?
Yeah. And I remember I used to subscribe to Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Oh, EGM.
Oh, dude, that's so
EGM,
old
it's
school,
my
man.
favorite magazine. So.
Yeah, I love that
And
magazine.
getting one with a cover of Ryu on it from Street
Oh,
Fighter, I was like,
hell
dude, this is the
yeah.
best issue
They had
ever.
really awesome covers.
Yep.
They did.
That was my
EGM.
favorite gaming magazine.
It was a really good one.
Yeah.
it was
I spent so much time reading those EGMs.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I was bored, pop
Because
EGM.
So there we go. I guess
Yeah.
maybe EGM taught you some.
Yes,
things
there you
about
go.
playing.
Yeah.
it was cool too because if you had like a GameStop account or whatever and you subscribe to GameStop and stuff,
You
like,
get
you
it
have
for free.
free EGMs
Yeah.
every month. So I was
It's
like,
really cool.
yeah, I might as well. I mean, I buy video games all the time.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, I followed the news on that like until the game came out, you know. And then I remember I was still in school. Me and Milo, we were like, oh, we're gonna go buy this game right away. You know, we skipped our last period of high school. Just like 5th or 6th period, we're like, yeah, fuck this.
It's like at 1 o'clock too.
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
I hope
Yeah,
your
we could've
mom
waited.
isn't listening to
Yeah.
this.
I got good grades.
He's,
You
like,
know,
he's in college now. He's a
Yeah.
college boy.
He's a college boy, exactly.
They're happy
Yeah.
enough that he's in college.
We went straight to GameStop. I saw some guys playing on the display kiosk. I was like, dude, this game looks so cool. Bought it. We got back to the house. We played that shit all day. Good memories. And then, yeah, we were like, dude, we should do another tournament for it. Or like,
Okay, so were you guys the
That
first
was
ones?
sleeping.
sorry.
Okay. Raph just made a farting noise, but he says it was his hands.
He did it while staring at me. That's what I was like, really, dude.
So
Anyway,
Sorry.
yeah.
if we start smelling something, that was him.
Yeah, he was going offline real quick, guys. Anyway, yeah, we want to do a tournament for it. You know, we ended up
So
getting
was it you, Bombi, and Bo? Who was with
me, Bombi, Bo, Milo
Okay.
was like pretty much the
Wow.
team of it. And this is where Bombi was not playing fighting games yet. He just
He-
ran that tournament, but he's like, dude,
He joined in Super, was it?
super, yeah. But in vanilla, he's like, this game looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Right after that tournament, he's like, oh, can you guys keep shooting this game? Yeah, and he played Sea Viper after that. That's a different story.
Yeah.
The birth of the legendary AKG
big boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But yeah, we made that tournament. Had the legendary Derek Charles come out.
oh, really?
Mr. Swamp. Yeah, all the AKG OGs, man.
Who won that one?
I did.
Okay.
You know who got second place?
Who?
This unknown Korean guy. His name was Weirdo Neo.
Nah, fuck
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck you, Neo.
Yeah.
Just joking.
Like,
I
and I remember
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
he came with his girlfriend, right? And we see this guy on a stick going. And we're like, there's another guy in Alaska that double taps. That's not me, right?
Oh, wow.
He's a really good Chun-Li player. Like, dude, this guy's good. What the hell? And he gets to grand finals with me, and I beat him. He's like, oh, we must play again, Binky. I was like, okay, man. Good games, dude. And then, yeah, that was the start of the scene for us.
Okay.
After that, we saw how many people came to that first tournament, and we were like, oh, we'll do Rambats at Plane Trade.
Okay.
Remember those?
That's
Oh,
where I got
yeah.
started.
Did you ever go to one of those already?
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
go to them all the time.
Yeah.
And then it went to...
And then the scene just grew from there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, 'cause I was mid 09, so...
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we remember our first stream. We got that
Oh,
little box that we
man.
hooked up. Yep.
Is
Yeah,
that when
the
we
two-
used actual microphones?
Yeah, the two microphones that we played in the corner TV
Yeah.
of Plane Trade.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yep. And that was the birth of our FGCs. Yeah. Or like the modern FGC, I
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah. I mean, Your FGC back then was really small as well. Wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the
That's like
second
the-
wave. The second wave.
The second wave, the modern
Yeah.
one. So
Season
yeah.
2.
Season 2, yeah.
Season 2 of the FGC.
You get the season pass, guys.
So Cho was the one who introduced me to the current AKG stuff. So at that time, I was just playing Tekken with Mark
Mhm.
and Greg. We were like the three musketeers.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Can I go back real quick?
Let's go
So
back.
my
We're
group
going
of people
back
that
in
I play
time.
with, I forgot about the legendary warriors. Eddie, Manny, the whole school of Joe.
Really?
I played with a couple of them. I forgot. Manny,
Shout-outs
yeah,
to
shout out to
the
School of
Joe.
Joe.
man.
Manny took me out of AKGL in third strike.
Yeah.
With Ken. I was like, who is this
Ken?
big Puerto Rican dude, man? Hell yeah. When he beat me. So.
Hell yeah. Classic.
And then Eddie made me his rival in third strike, you know? And him being like my big brother was like, Eddie, I beat you all the time.
Yeah.
Why am I wrong? I was like, shut up, Binky.
School of Joe.
Played Oro and Makoto. So. D-pad crew. That's who they were back then.
D-pad crew.
But Eddie.
And they're still the
trained-
D-pad crew except
yeah,
Eddie.
Except Eddie.
Eddie is a...
Eddie
Yeah.
has turned coach.
He's turned.
Yep.
turned
So
over.
from that, I met Cho and Greg. Who also
Okay.
played third strike. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
So yeah, and then I played Tekken with you guys eventually.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
Very
sorry.
true.
I had to throw them back in. They were a big part of my history. So.
So, alright. We just covered that, but is there anything back in the past that you think was important that we missed?
Not really. I think we went over all of it, man.
Okay, okay.
Like, that's all the
Sounds
people
good.
we covered. So.
So now we're in 09, we're doing
Yeah.
the streams. Who- I know who you played, but who did you play?
So starting off with Ken Masters.
Okay.
First strike, right?
Oh, in 4.
On 4. You start with
Yep.
Ken?
I started with
he
Ken.
was known.
Blue Ken.
Blue Ken.
Yep. And Cho was my Ken partner in crime with Red Ken.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then I had a sub Ryu that eventually became my main. So
The Daigo
were
Velasquez,
you
yeah.
influenced by Daigo?
I was not
Or-
actually
Okay.
because there wasn't many videos of him playing 4 at the time.
Yep.
Right? Because he was a mystery after Third Strike when 4 came out.
Yep.
That's how he was with 5 too. That's
Yeah.
how he used it.
Daigo kind of just disappeared. Everyone's like, where'd he go?
Daigo.
Right?
So the
So my
Ken-
idol was gone,
Yep.
and I had to become my own
Your
player.
own man.
Yeah, it's like my dad leaving me.
You're not gonna call Daigo your daddy in
Yeah.
person, are you?
Nah, he's off, man.
Too late, man.
Oh, plot twist.
Lots of it.
Plot
yeah.
twist. Daigo is Banky's dad.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Darth
Explains
Vader.
a lot, right?
looks
Yeah.
like-
Little did you know, Daigo's like 50.
So he was like, Banky, I am your father. I'd be like, yes! You know, we'd be like, no! But yeah, I played Ken and Ryu.
Cuts off your
So
stick.
why
Yeah.
did you make the switch to Ryu?
To Ryu? I was just getting a lot more results with him. And I felt he fit my playstyle more. Like, I like playing Street Fighter.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's discuss this play style that you're talking about.
So growing up, like, me and Bo teaching ourselves fighting games,
Mhm.
I come from, just like solid, fundamental based gameplay.
Okay.
So,
You and Bo play the same.
yeah,
the same.
yep,
So-
we like playing smart, they would call it nowadays, I guess.
Okay. Why don't you describe that in a little bit more detail? Like, what do you
Taking little risks and calculating what's the best option in each situation.
Mhm.
And then sometimes, I would go for the risky stuff, but mostly doing stuff that would not get me killed.
And it's not risky because it's mostly calculated. Like,
Yeah.
it's a calculated risk you're like taking. Because
Right.
like people with those playstyles, they think a lot before they take that big risk.
Mhm. And then letting our opponents hang themselves,
Yeah.
practically.
Exactly.
So like footsie heavy
Good
Yeah.
way to play.
with punishing.
Yep. Oh, the first time I found out about whiff punishing, I thought I came up with it. The greatest moment ever. It was right after high school, because me and Bo were really bored. We were playing ST on my laptop, right? And I told Bo, I was like, dude, I came up with the coolest strategy. It's called counter sweeping, right?
Counter sweep.
Yeah. He's like, what do you mean, right? So he just walks out in front of me, and like, in that game you can buffer. Sweep
Yeah.
to Hadouken. Greatest thing ever, by the way. Capcom Duty.
Oh
That's
man,
right.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
Sweep to Hadouken.
Yeah.
And every time I would notice that he misses it sometimes, right? And I was like, oh, I can take advantage of that and sweep his sweep, right?
With punish.
Yeah. it was just whiff punishing, right? And I was like, dude, bro, this it's called counter sweeping. Yeah. I was like, that's how I'm gonna beat everybody. And then he started doing it to me. You asshole.
So you taught him that then.
Yep.
You taught him with
That's
punishing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And then eventually I heard the term whiff punishing, and I was like, oh,
It was
okay.
already a thing.
Damn it. I didn't come up with that.
He's gonna go on like the SNK forums. Guys, there's this guy named
Counter sweeping, yeah.
And we're like, you mean whip punish?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I only use the sweep button to do it, so.
That's a good whip punish, though. Not gonna lie. It
it's
gets you
really
really
fast.
fast.
Yeah.
Everybody comes up with their own terminology, but
That
back
ends
in
up-
the day,
yeah.
like I remember in our community in the Philippines, Cagayan de Oro, we spoke Bisaya, and our term for it was you can take revenge after that.
Ah, punishing?
Yeah, punishing.
Okay. The puniers.
The puniers.
Take revenge.
Take revenge, I like that.
That sounds very Filipino, too.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a better word for it. That's it, revenge. Like, oh, what do you do here? You don't punish him. You take revenge on him.
Yeah.
That just sounds like so much cooler too.
It does.
You know, like, I would open any opportunities to take revenge.
Yeah, dude. Like, we would teach people, like, oh, when we're analyzing some footage, whenever we get footage, we're like, see, you can revenge here, or you can revenge here, or revenge here. Just take your revenge.
Street Fighter, they jump at you. You can revenge them in the air
Yep.
as well. So.
Revenge with your And sometimes you're like, well, if they never touch you, why is it called revenge? I actually asked them this question, and they were like, it's not really what they do, but it's their intent that you're taking revenge on. So if they assume that you will fall for something so simple or something so stupid, you will take revenge for them offending you by
Thinking you're
taking you
stupid.
literally. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
We should bring that back, guys.
Take revenge.
I still think that way. I'm like, oh, dude, really? Are you serious?
Yeah.
So, from Third Strike to Street Fighter 4, did you level up at all? Were you the same
Yeah, I would
skill
say
level?
because now I had the skill of counter sweeping.
Counter sweeping, yep.
And with the bigger player base, I was able to get way more experience with people.
Yep.
And like, I was just thinking more critically.
Yeah.
And you also get that, what's important now, matchup knowledge. Because if you have a small community and everyone's gonna play fucking like Ken and you or Chun-Li and Third Strike,
And
you're only gonna learn those.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then with the addition of decent online,
Oh, yeah.
I was, that opened up my whole world.
This
of
was
fighting games.
actually the birth.
Of online.
Online.
Yeah.
Good fighting
yeah,
games
for
online,
real,
yeah.
because I remember Marvel 2 and King of Fighters 02 or 04 had had an online feature, but they were shit.
It was shit.
Same
It was the Dreamcast had online, but it was so bad.
And then Street Fighter Anniversary Collection on Xbox.
Yeah.
A lot of Xbox Live Third Strike players.
Oh, because Xbox was like, the first system
Yeah.
to have like actually good online.
But it was
play.
like half a second lag. It played just fine. Just everything was behind in like half a second. So.
And I also just remembered that I guess GGPO technically would be the real birth, but as far as the mainstream goes.
Oh, that's how I got better at Third Strike.
Because GGPO wasn't like.
I
didn't know what GGPO was till literally like 2 years ago. Like it was so like unheard of for me.
Yep.
It's like revolutionary, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
such
heard.
a-
Yeah.
That helped
Like-
a lot in my fighting career.
If you were old like I am, I was there for the birth of Tekken Zaibatsu and its sister site, Shoryuken.com. Now, the funny thing is, Shoryuken.com often borrowed from Tekken Zaibatsu. They would borrow the layouts and everything. Like, the art styles would first show up on Zaibatsu.
And the pop up on Shoryuken.
And Shoryuken was not even a website at first. It was just a forum.
Yeah, it was just a
It
forum.
was like Elastic Gamers and Tekken Zaibatsu.
You know, if you were around for that time, you would have been introduced to it, because if you were a fighting game player who considered yourself serious, you were checking all of those forums. Like, there was a certain point I knew everything in Tekken Zaibatsu. Plus, I had my own stuff that they didn't know.
Yeah.
And I still use those sites, for more like knowledge.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, I still go back to Tekken Zaibatsu, and actually, I'm trying to teach Kellen how to play.
And then Shoryuken's
Shoryuken.
Seth Killian's Domination 101 articles.
The basics of like fighting games. And
Yeah.
So when did you first encounter the Domination articles?
I actually didn't read it until like Street Fighter 4.
Okay.
Because I didn't browse too much through SRK.
Okay.
It's whatever I needed. I was like, oh, more Daigo videos.
Yep. More always need more
Open
of
that
that.
up. Yeah. And then someone posted it. It's like, oh yeah, Seth Killian I hated that guy at first too, by the way, because he was running my pool in 07. He's like, Banky, man, don't go away from your pool. I'm gonna disqualify you. I was like, you're an asshole. I didn't like the guy at first, but
Dude, running brackets is a hard job.
I know,
but
yeah.
actually, I have a similar story with Gandito. Fuck you, Gandito. He was
know you're
one
watching.
of my heroes on Tekken Zaibatsu because he was preaching the truth to the Mishima players. All the setups, all the mix-ups. I thought this guy would be great, but I got to meet him, and he was a dick.
yeah, I've heard many times from you, man.
So, did you know about Seth Killian
I didn't,
before?
no.
Okay.
Because it was just some dude with a beard and glasses to me, or a tall white guy.
Yeah, especially
running
coming
my
from
bracket.
Alaska. You know.
Yeah, coming from Alaska,
You're not gonna
just
know
a
these names.
kid playing Street Fighter over there, you know.
Yeah, because, he does predate all of us.
Yes, he does. He's the original cross-handed player.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then I found out afterwards, like, oh, that's the guy that ran my pool. That's what I knew him as, not as a Street Fighter player. I was like, oh, that's the guy that ran my
TO.
bracket. Yeah. That's the guy that got mad at me.
So, how did the domination articles impact you?
Again, it helped my, thinking critically. I thought I had
This
a
is a
pretty
college term you can
Yes.
use. He's in college right now. Very smart. Very
good. I wouldn't
sexy.
say it.
He's got a big thing in down there.
But yeah, I thought I had a solid base for gameplay, but reading that, it just opened up more doors for me. I was like, oh, I never thought you could think that way about
Yeah,
it.
I like
Fighting
how,
game
I don't know if he says it in the article, but it's that kind of thing attributes as well to chess.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So if you, for those who haven't read the domination articles and you're like,
Go do it, by the way.
Yeah, go do it by the way. And
Doesn't matter what game you play. You play StarCraft, read that.
yeah, because
You play
Yeah.
fighting games, read it.
StarCraft is basically a fighting game with 10,000 more APM.
I mean, they call it pokes.
Yeah.
They're sending units to go in and
Yeah,
out.
I mean,
It's just fighting games about the single character and a million APM. Your fingers
Yeah.
are going fast.
Another-
But the strategy is the same.
It's the same base, yeah.
Control spacing, get the better position, and beat your opponent.
And the other set of articles that really helped me just a few years ago, actually, was Madge's Handbook to Footsies.
oh yeah.
SonicHurricane.com.
Yeah.
They taught me so many things that I didn't know about. Walk in, walk out, it'll force the opponent to throw out something 90% of the times. And it worked on everybody here. It's like, this is the gospel, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
dude.
It doesn't.
I'm following it.
Those articles will lead you to other articles character specific.
Yep.
For me, I read those articles, the Domination World, and then there was the Makoto Bible.
Yeah.
The Rindokan Bible.
The
Rindokan Bible.
Rindokan Bible, yeah.
Who wrote that?
Some Makoto
Makoto player. It was the Bible. If you play Makoto, read this and you'll just understand Makoto instantly. It was frame for frame.
Where did you find this article?
SRK.
Okay.
And the way the guy that broke it down, it just made sense.
Yeah,
how to play Makoto.
You're coming from Domination, that it'll teach you that thing, and then
The mindset.
you go to your character, and then everything just understands it'll just expand your game to
And
another level.
that's a natural progression. You learn the
Yeah.
basics, and then you move on to the character stuff,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
was really cool.
More
There wasn't a
technical.
Shoryuken what kind of karate?
Shotokan?
Yeah, this is no Shotokan.
No Shotokan battle, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Because people hate Shoto players. So
To be fair, Shoto player Shotos are pretty simple characters
Yeah.
at the point in
I mean,
time.
if you guys really want a Shoto Bible, you just need the match footage between
Alex Valle and Daigo?
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
Valle and Daigo. Or every time Alex Valle John Choi plays,
John
or
Choi.
Daigo and Alex or John Choi.
That's Shotokan the game.
Yeah, actually, the game that got me into Street Fighter 4. Dial back there too. Cho, I kept running into him, and he was one of the few people who were able to shave a game off me in Tekken 5. And I wanted to lose more. I wanted to learn more. So I was very interested in him. And he kept telling me that he's done with Tekken. He wants to play this bullshit Street Fighter game.
And he did.
So I'm like, maybe if I kick his ass hard enough, he'll play Tekken.
Oh,
So that was kind of planted in the back of my head,
Yeah.
but I wasn't motivated to do it at all.
Right.
And then I saw the GameStop International Invitational,
Yep.
which had the Dawson player from Japan,
Io.
Yeah.
Io, really good player, Justin Wong,
Yep.
Punko, and Daigo.
Uh-huh.
Now, my Evo 37 moment was JTM showed it to me. And I looked at it, and I actually had played Third Strike before in the Philippines when it came out on the arcade. And when I saw the Daigo moment, I thought that it was cool. But I was like, dude, if this guy played Tekken, I'd kick his ass too.
Yeah.
That's always the mentality. So
Oh, yeah.
I thought that I would go into this bullshit Street Fighter game, as I called it, and just body everybody and pull them into Tekken.
Right.
That was the intent. You know, I always
I remember
tell-
this too.
Yeah.
I remember this.
So I go in there, and I find myself wanting to play more Street Fighter than I do Tekken. The
Oh,
reason
no.
being, there's actual competition.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Bo is actually one of my Street Fighter teachers. It started with Cho, though. Like, Cho wanted to show me how to play, so he showed me, and then I showed him how to apply it the first night. Bodied him really hard. I thought I was the shit that I played with you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys showed me that I wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
Which is one of those humble pie experiences, but
Yeah.
it was really awesome though, because I did expect to lose when I saw that you guys were playing. And really, I just wanted Cho back. I just really wanted one dude.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wow, these guys are so good. What if these guys also played my game?
Yeah, dude. Gotta follow that second,
That's a
man.
good train of thought.
But the one thing that motivated me was watching Daigo play against Kunko. Ryu versus Ryu in that invitation. And man, watching them play was just so beautiful. And I really didn't need to know anything else. Like, just watching that match, that's how I played Street Fighter 4 for my short career.
Short stint.
Yep.
Short stint.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I hit
You
a
weren't.
lot of people with cross-up Tatsu into
Super,
Super,
yeah.
the
or
classic.
empty jump, cross-up, walk, DP, FADC Ultra.
Yeah.
That was more rare though because I kept dropping that Ultra.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's go back to where we were before I went on this little rant.
Yeah. Playstyles, was it?
Yeah, the play styles.
The fussy heavy
So,
playstyle.
yeah. Oh, we were talking about why isn't there a Ryu guide. So really, if you wanted a Ryu guide, you just need to watch these guys
There's
play.
more than enough. Like,
Yeah.
Because it's because Ryu's like the most fundamental Street Fighter.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
So that's something to really learn from the book.
And
you
we
know?
also have like
Kind of
way more
experience.
tools now. Like, I'm sure you remember before we got videos. Like, we would have to download AVIs or
Yep.
MPEGs.
what was the website that
Or-
just gave you viruses? Like
There's a lot of
no,
them.
like the big one. Where you get your music from?
Oh, like the program Kazma or LimeWire?
LimeWire.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. I use that for everything. I got so many viruses.
Yeah.
Dude, it was bad.
You got viruses from anything you downloaded from there.
It said Daigo even 137. Nope. You
No,
get some
yeah.
random song that you don't even know and virus.
Porn.exe. That's what you got all the time.
So like having the tools of YouTube is a big thing that a lot of people take for granted.
Yeah,
but-
YouTube
Exactly.
was so like at first like YouTube was just a bunch of just random like chocolate rain and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like it was just videos people were just posting just for no reason because they wanted to test this shit out.
Well, you still had to go to like the proper forums, but back then when Evo launched, we had we had Tekken Zaibatsu and
Yeah.
Shoryuken, and you just went there to find all of it. But yeah, like search engines sucked back in the day.
Yeah.
It'd be a miracle.
You
find
had to
it.
know the sites to go
Yeah,
to
pretty
get the
much.
videos you needed.
Mm-hmm.
And there were, like, if there was any tutorial videos, it was like ripped from a VHS. You
Yeah.
know, with the scan lines
Oh
going.
yeah, dude.
The old Battle by the Bay videos and stuff like that. So
Now yeah, YouTube changed the game like helping people out with video streaming and like teaching you how to play it. Like people started posting like video game tutorials and stuff.
And 2009 was the year that streaming got big.
Yeah.
That was the first time. It was
Yeah,
Devastation.
Yeah.
Was the first ever Street Fighter 4 tournament that got streamed, and everyone's like, "This is such a cool idea."
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
because then it gives
They
everyone a
also
chance to watch
streamed
live.
Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
Loved that stream. Mad Dog Jin came down for that one. Legendary where I played.
MDJ, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Tatsuiken, who I met later on.
Mm.
So, we're in 09. We can probably go further than that. So, in 09, we were dominated by Derek.
The legendary
AKA
Derek
Lunaris.
Lunaris Charles.
Yep. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, we miss you, Derek.
So, you've gotten to play that guy. Neo the singer, who was just on TV on Korea.
Yep.
Chief had a crash.
Team GPS.
Along with
Yongshin.
Yongshin, Shinji 840, he's also on the same team.
And then
the lore player who
we still got to be able to play with Bo here and there,
Yep.
I'm sure. So, how did they influence you throughout the life of Street Fighter 4?
Definitely having them as rivals made me a lot better at the game, especially the Koreans,
Yep.
because
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
losing to them, right?
Yep.
Everybody refused, like, oh, they're just gonna win the tournament, right? And
Yeah.
I started making posts, and everybody's like, you guys need to stop thinking that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really bad mindset.
Yeah,
to
and
have.
everybody,
mentality.
like, yeah. I'm sorry, Ori, but I've noticed Ori saying all the time, like, they're just gonna win. Why? And I got mad at Ori. I was like, Ori, you think that way, you're never gonna win a tournament.
Exactly, dude. Like the mentality, the mindset. You have to be really strong. That's why, I probably already came off really cocky already, saying I beat this guy, even though I haven't tried it. But it's really that type of mentality that will get you far.
Yeah, it really is.
I always
If you
think
can't do it now, you'll be
Okay,
able to do
yeah.
it tomorrow. You know?
Yeah. And, like, the obsession for beating them got, like, to an unhealthy point.
I'm obsessed with winning. Like
Mhm.
I hate losing. Like I don't care what it is. It could be like fucking rock paper
Yeah.
scissors, take a tail. Like I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Like,
it sucks.
I love math, and I love solving problems.
Yep.
So those, like, I look at them as problems, you know? And I was
What a
like, why-
nerd.
I know.
They're like,
Asian hood,
You
that's why I'm
fucking
an Asian hood. Fuck you.
nerd.
I mean, dude,
It's okay.
they
I
wouldn't
got it.
just be like a math problem. Though. Like when you're playing against people, that's like a really intense
Show, like,
algorithm
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
that adapts.
Yeah,
They're in
and
the
that's
Da Vinci
why-
Code.
They're the Da Vinci Code, yeah, and I wanted to solve it.
You
Why
know?
am I losing to this guy over and over?
And then you
First-
solve one thing and they just beat you
Yeah.
again. And you think you're
And I
gonna
keep
get it.
solving it over and over, and that's addicting to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like my first project was beating Young.
Yep.
I came over that. Next is Neo to take over, right?
Yep.
Or no, it was reverse at first.
Because
Yep.
I beat
Young
Neo,
was
no
Young.
problem, and
Yeah.
Young kept beating
Yeah.
me.
Well,
Young's
what about Derek's age?
Derek. So I was beating him really cleanly at first, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm sure he was learning from me as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
'Cause he's
Derek
always
is.
like-
and Derek's
he's
just
a machine.
he is.
He's a
He's
machine.
so smart.
And
so
at
smart.
first he's like, Binky, how many frames? I was like, what are frames? You know?
Wait, when did you learn about frame data?
So, I knew it existed. I never know what it was.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
but I mean, like, when did you actually
like start using it.
Yeah.
When I started playing Tekken with you guys, like, what, 4
Man,
5
Tekken
years
6.
ago? Yeah, Tekken
Yeah,
6.
no, that's
yeah.
when I started using frame data.
Yeah,
too.
because you're like, oh, it's really important here. You know, it's plus 12 on this. I was like, okay, this all makes sense now. Like, to know this stuff.
I mean, wow. Like, it's kind of hard to think about life without it.
Mhm.
For me, it started in,
At a very
what was
early.
it? Tekken Tag 1.
Woo.
And, you know, from there, I would tell people, it's like, oh, you can revenge this too.
Yeah.
You can
The
revenge
frames
this.
here enough to revenge.
You know?
If
But
he
yeah.
doesn't just frame it, it's revengeable.
So Derek was the one who kind of
He kind of,
made it important.
but yeah, because he'd keep asking me, like, oh, what's this plus on the block? I was like, I have no idea, dude. I'm so sorry. Right? He's like, oh, that's okay. And then, he would talk to me on MSN a lot because he likes sharing knowledge. Like, you ask him one thing, like, oh, how do I do this on
To my
Facebook?
MSN Messenger?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, me and him would go back and forth on MSN. That's how old this thing
Yeah.
was. And I was like, oh, you know, how would I do this in BlazBlue? He would write my own Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And, like, I'm like, dude, thank you so much.
He
Like,
will-
I only asked for, like, a sentence, but...
Yeah, he will write you everything you need to know,
Yeah,
give you
plus
all
more.
the match movies you need to watch,
Yep.
and then give you the mindset for it.
And then end it with, do you need anything else?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, dude, that is way more than I needed. Thank you. Like, I will use all of it, though.
Yeah.
And,
He'll be like, did I miss anything, bro?
yeah, no, he did. He was like, was that everything? I was like, I'm pretty sure that was anything I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But eventually he's like, oh, Banky, when you do this against me, it's +8. But I was like, dude, no, like, I didn't even ask for this. Thank you, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is when he started just beating me, and the Koreans couldn't beat him. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that time.
Oh,
yeah.
no, because back in that time, after I had learned from Bo, you know, I'm always kind of like a social butterfly. After I've learned everything I can from a person, it's not that I drop them, but I then seek out somebody else who can teach me something.
Right, you're the Highlander.
And yeah,
More
I
mentors,
have to
yeah.
live up to my name. And actually, the next person who picked me up after you guys was Derek.
Mhm.
And I was really amazed when I started playing with Derek that he knew everything.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just know everything about his character, he knew everything about Ryu.
Everything.
Your character, too.
Yeah, like, he
Yeah.
was teaching me how to play better so that I can hopefully take games off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, I actually progressed to that point. And then we met. I met the Koreans when I first met Yang.
Mm-hmm.
I bodied him with Tatsu.
Dude, Yang was so bad at Street Fighter 4 at first, man.
Yeah, dude.
I remember I was like, who's this pretty ass dude here with a pad playing Geef? Right.
Did he play reverse buttons too?
Probably. He was on a PS1 pad, I think. PS2 pad.
Yeah. So
Reverse buttons.
yeah, when I got to it, they were already kind of revered. Like I forgot who my partner was, but my partner kept telling me
It's you and Swamp.
we're fucked.
Yeah. I think it was you and Swamp. Was it Swamp? Yeah, because it's being choked.
Oh,
It was you
okay.
and Swamp, yeah.
And so I was starting to kind of get excited when somebody tells me something. Like somebody once told me that math would be really difficult for me since I skipped a lot of school.
Yeah.
So I bodied my math so hard that
Education, man.
So I was actually the person who
Just
got
we just
Neo
tell like everything's hard.
Yeah.
and Cho practice with Derek. I would drag them along and tell Derek that we want to play.
Mm.
And Derek was more than happy to. He would go anywhere needed,
Yep.
or if he can't leave his house, we can go to his house
Yeah.
and play. And so I actually knew why the Koreans couldn't beat him, because we were, much like how you guys are having a little team to play together,
In 5.
we were a team in 4.
Yeah, see.
And so, I benefited a lot from their knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and from being able to play with them weekly, to the point where they were actually my preferred opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would take at least one of them out.
Yeah.
Neo kept asking me to beat Yang or Derek, but not him.
Right. I remember that.
He's like, and
I saw
man,
his number 5
Yep.
with me, you, Zach, and Bongo.
Yeah.
yep. And
The
Neo
fearsome
would
four
be
or
so happy whenever I beat somebody,
Mm.
and it was so encouraging. So yeah, I know for sure the Koreans had a hard time.
Yeah.
And actually the reason why I left was that after Derek had left, there just didn't, I already had like a rival in Texas that was beating me. So I had to go back.
GTM or Andrew?
Andrew.
Andrew, okay.
JTM wasn't consistent enough because he'd be here for a few days here and there.
That's how he was.
Then-
That's how he
And then
was.
dissipate into a mist.
Yeah, but
And
then
then-
we would be gone.
He didn't exist, guys. He's not.
Yeah. He's
Remember
not
that.
rated.
Just remember that.
So
Fuck the
the age of the Koreans, dude. First it started with Yang. I think it was about a year, right? Like
Yeah.
the year
Because
of the
nobody
dragon.
played Viper at the time.
Oh, the year of Yang,
Right?
where everyone
Yeah.
was losing.
Yeah, so like
Every
they're like,
tournament.
you can do that with Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, what the
dude,
hell is
I-
going
that's-
on?
that was vanilla or was that super?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Yeah, I was lucky enough to skip that. I watched it. Like I saw
It was
it happen.
crazy.
I was just playing different games.
You remember our other AKG member, Raphael? Xenokaze?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually pretty good.
Really good dude.
Yeah, he's like really good at Marvel too. That was his game. But yeah, I remember he's like, dude, yeah, these Korean guys are pretty good. Yeah.
You just didn't know it.
Right? You just Benjamin Button.
Yeah. And now it's reversing again.
Yeah. But yeah.
So let's jump into the Street Fighter 5.
Oh.
Because we're starting to run really long.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I
I'm
noticed
sorry,
you guys are starting to get tired.
Oh no, dude, I'm having a
Nah,
blast.
dude,
yeah, something to
yeah.
drink.
I don't know. I'm good.
We're
This is
good.
fun.
This is a lot of
I
fun.
do this all the time with like at Leroy. This is like Leroy's,
Yeah.
but with a stream.
Yep, with the stream. Still some food in the beginning.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah, thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Milo, I think.
Yep,
Yeah,
we got
I
it.
remember Derek could write how a mirror match would be a 6-4 matchup. Only Derek, dude. It makes sense coming from Derek, you know? That was
should be a
crazy
6-4.
shit. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, into Street Fighter 5.
And yeah, jumping in to Street Fighter 5. Hopefully we don't get anti-aired.
Yeah.
Alright, now, you guys know this game more than I do. So why don't you guys jump into that? We'll start with, who do you play now?
I play, I've switched to Nash.
The Ryu of the game. The actual Ryu.
The
of
actual
game.
Ryu of the game.
He actually has like fundamentals and like actual Ryu who just fucks you up.
I started out with Mika in the beta, right? Because I was like, dude, it's a waifu. She's got big ass titties.
Hell yeah.
She looks like a white girl, but she's actually Asian.
This is because
Wow.
we're still in the waifu phase
Yeah.
of AKG right
Also,
now.
just for people who don't know, this is the White Girl Slayer.
Yeah.
The general.
White girl Slayer general
Of the army,
of
man.
The white girl army.
Yeah.
Joe and Julian are my right hand men.
Yup.
Oh shit!
Anyway, it's true, man. But yeah, I played a lot of Mika in the beta. I said I was gonna main Bison just because that was the first character I ever played Evo last year. I was like, dude, this guy's so sick, man.
Oh, in
Looks
the,
badass.
the beta.
Yeah, like the pre-build.
The pre-build they have, the alpha build basically.
Mm-hmm. Especially Mika, yeah, because she was really cool. Big titties and she wrestled.
And this is a predecessor to this is like him picking Mika and everyone picking a girl character. Because everyone in AKG has a waifu. We're in this weird waifu phase where everyone's talking about his waifu. I'm like,
He just got his waifu today.
Yeah, Ibuki is I guess is my waifu. I refuse to accept waifu as a thing. So this is the reason why Banky plays Mika is because big titties and it's animated.
Yeah.
Wayberry is in the stream.
Oh, what's going on, Wayberry? Kimmy's best waifu?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I respect that. Gavin.
Cammy is waifu? Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 Cammy, she's pretty big.
I respect that.
The bodysuit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Battle costumes.
The Camito. Let's not gloss over the most important.
Speaking of Cammy, you know what they call the guy version? That's called a Moose Knuckle.
Moose Knuckle.
Anyway,
Urban Dictionary is
Mika, and then
now I'm playing Nash because I miss playing Street Fighter.
Okay.
Alright, I don't like playing or bringing this game.
What about Ryu though? Did you play Nash?
As Artie was saying, no, I didn't play Nash for Ryu.
Ryu in 5 is a lot more. It's not as like the same.
It's not the same Ryu you would expect.
And 4 and Third Strike and ST, they date back to like how Ryu was like. You play Ryu like options LX, fundamentals. Don't let him jump, Hadouken relentlessly until they jump and then react to the jump.
And you could play him rush down like I did in 4, but it wasn't to the.
Ryu in 5 is just that, but on steroids.
He's a tanky brawler.
Good footsies, but rushes down like a god
and his zoning is okay.
Yeah, I mean he has his spacing is just godlike because his fireball is one of the better ones. His standing strong is like one of the best buttons in the game. The person has good range.
Have you guys seen Infiltration play Ryu?
He plays Nash.
Yeah, I know.
But I've seen him Ryu,
I haven't seen his Ryu actually.
Alright, check out Gutex and Mike Ross. Excellent.
Was he on? Okay.
He was on, and he was telling people how ridiculous Ryu's standing medium punch
It's
was.
ridiculous, dude.
So, so you like Nash more because he's more of a spacing.
He's more of a Street Fighter character to me,
Fundamental Street Fighter.
Why is Ryu not as?
Because he goes way down to fundamentals. Like I can whiff punish everything. I have good normals.
So
I can zone out perfectly.
You're saying that Nash is more of the fundamental Street Fighter, where like anti-airing, footsies. Yeah. So there's a bunch of bullshit that Ryu.
So Ryu's I'm dash up,
dash up, back
stand
around
strong.
house.
Yeah. Nash is more of a controlled pace where I can I let you do what I.
It's like how you would play ST basically.
Yeah.
Is Nash.
Okay.
But just godlike in that game as well.
Okay.
And then the fact that I have different speed and sonic booms, I can force you to jump when I want you to. So I feel like I'm more in control with Nash.
Because Banky's a footsie heavy player and Nash is a footsie heavy character. Because his damage output is pretty low, but all of his buttons are just really good. They're always like some of them are plus his target combos and shit.
Oh yeah, I hate this character.
Yeah. And if I can solidly outplay you the whole game, it will frustrate you. Yeah. And
I think there's something.
Oh man, I'm getting pissed off just listening to this.
Mike messaged me and I was like on vacation or something. He's like, "Bank, how do I beat Nash?" I was like, "Let me get the Daigo article for you."
This is a big question too in Street Fighter 5 is how to beat a really good Nash player, like someone who's
Well, let's start with how to play Nash before how we beat Nash.
Yeah.
So we can.
How to play Nash?
Yeah, so I've noticed that Nash usually plays kind of third. He prefers to be a little bit further than half the screen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that he can throw fireballs there.
He can throw fireballs. He can whiff punish comfortably there, and he has his moon scythe or scythe slash whatever.
Yeah, the plus.
Sonic Scythe.
Sonic Scythe, yeah. He steps forward and he can hit you with the tip of it.
Okay.
Tip one is safe.
The tip one's safe. If you hit close, then
it's like
punishable.
And
it pushes you back. -8.
If he does a little kick up close, all versions are punishable.
Okay. Yeah.
But if it's spaced
and then he also has that jumping slash kick type of move.
Yeah, that gets over fireballs. It's safe on block.
The problem with that move is people. The reason people get block it is because they respect it too much. But you can just hit any button.
It's easily disrespectable by any button.
They'll just lose to every button.
That's why it's such a good move.
Yeah.
It's because once it's in, you shouldn't have let him get it.
Yeah, if you let him do it, then he'll just abuse it. The moment you start beating it, then he'll just go back. It'll take away a lot of a good way to
get in. Yeah.
That's really good to know.
Yeah,
that was really beating me. And some normals in Street Fighter V. So we were talking about frame data earlier. In Tekken, the frame data is somewhat uniform, meaning jabs are pretty much all 10 frames except for 1 or 2 exceptions. But when you're talking about a large cast of 50, you can pretty much say that it's generalized.
10 frames.
And then there's usually a 13 frame or a 12 frame Punisher, a 14 frame, and
hop
then,
kick.
Yep.
Everyone
Or a
has-
15 frame would be hop kick.
Mhm.
14 frame would be where electrics.
Yeah,
begin.
electrics.
Whereas in Street Fighter, I started. That's how I approach all of my frame data. Is I want to see if it's regulated somehow.
Like what applies in which situation?
Like for
Like there's a
buttons,
uniform, like everyone's jab is like what but not everyone's jab is 3 frames.
Yeah.
Like in 5, like 3 or 4 is the norm.
Yeah, 3 or 4. And then I've noticed that some heavies are, like the heavies of the characters that I've tried to play are minus frames. But Nash's crouching heavy
+3.
punch,
Every crouching punch
Yep.
is plus.
It's plus 1, 2, 3, right?
Yep.
It's kind of ridiculous.
And so, like, to me, it's weird that the moves that give you more things, like his crouching heavy punch. What's the combo after that?
After crouching heavy punch, you can do back medium kick into tragedy assault
Which
or
is
slash
like-
kick or
Yep. And
whatever you
then
want.
What about crush counter?
Oh,
you
you
can
can
do- yeah.
you can do stand crush counter. It combos into
Because
slash
crouch
kick.
fierce doesn't crush down, only stand fierce does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
So
But you can do a crouch fierce into a standing fierce.
yeah,
Into
It'll
a
be
bigger
combo.
tragedy assault. Yeah, so
Okay.
more damage.
Not as big as a crush counter combo, but if that's what you counter it with, then you just use stand fierce.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, since it's plus 3, his standing medium, I would have to assume, is either 4 to 6 frames so that it's uninterruptible.
Those when you block that move, it's just his turn to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it
what's the
once.
frame on the kick?
That's what the apps for.
Shout out to B frames.
That's
There
what
we
B
go.
frames.
I'm
Yeah.
plugging it. Back medium kick. Let's see.
That's the one you put
Oh my
in the
God,
right?
yep. Back medium kick. 5 frames.
5 frames.
5 frames, okay.
Yeah.
And what is it on block?
On block, I believe it's 0.
Yeah, 0. So,
0
yeah.
on block.
A lot of
Block.
Nash's normals are safe, so it allows Nash to have a really good neutral game.
Yeah, okay, that's what I love about Nash. In addition to just playing a solid like zoning and like
Zone
footsie,
control.
I can also go stupid and rush down
Yeah.
and just create frame traps over and over.
Because
I like how you said that.
Yeah. that's what I do, man. I'm like, time to lose my brain. Dash.
Nash shines in the mid range, like neutral, footsie range, and zoning and stuff. But he's able to go in.
Yeah.
That's what any character. They made it so like you kind of get the best of both worlds with each character. Like Dawson, he's historically just like a
Zoning,
long distance, full screen kind of character. But in this game, you can actually just go in and do
Yep.
shit. Yeah.
I remember in ST, he was actually fairly rushed down
Yeah.
with his
And you stop to your back
dives
game.
into the throws and
Yep.
100% BS right there.
Yeah.
He knew how to mash really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they brought it back.
Yep.
If you watch F Champs Dawson, the instant air gale,
Mm-hmm.
there's like a fire in there that's +1, so that's how it's easy to get in. And his dive kick, if it hits the toes, it's like +1,000,000.
Yep.
Yeah. And then combos off that, yeah. So they made it so where like every character can not every character can zone, but most can, but not every character can rush them, but most can. So it's like you get the best of both worlds with each character.
So what about Nash's V-trigger stuff?
V-trigger stuff. That's also a go stupid thing, right? I can just break the comfortable neutral because you can cancel it from any normal. So when I'm in range, I'll just throw out a big move like forward fierce. I step forward and put your blocks in. Cancel into a teleport. You have to block, or you have to guess which way to block.
It's behind you in the air, in front of you in the air, or just
Or
right
straight
behind
behind
you. Yeah. So you have 3 options.
And I can also cancel to V-trigger
fireball.
from my EX Sonic Boom. So I use it for mix-ups mainly, and they tend to pay off because whenever they hear teleport, the Star Wars sound, everyone's like, he's gonna cross it, right? Every time. I was like, no, I'm gonna just keep going in front, man.
Yeah,
I did it to Jibbo 4 times in a row last.
Yeah.
He's like, every time.
And then,
Well, people always expect the best options.
Yes.
Yep.
Sometimes the not best option
Is
really is the best option.
We call it
because-
the no mix-up mix-up.
makes sense. And also, Nash's V-trigger, it's used for a lot of it's like getting out of situations you
Escape,
want to be
yeah.
in, combo extender.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's very versatile.
After you activate it, do you just get the teleport? Do you have a trigger mode?
No, you just get a teleport.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's his trigger.
And his V skill is still like...
It's
So-
really versatile.
Yep.
So.
And it's also like Vegas then?
Yeah,
In this
just
regard?
like, get out of the way.
As simple as his
Who,
V trigger is.
who else has V triggers like that?
Like the single activation ones.
Yeah, like after you activate it, you lose it.
Vega,
Dawson.
Sim.
What does he do?
He throws
Flame
fire.
carpet.
Oh,
The
okay.
giant flame carpet. And like, you get...
Wait, I thought the
chaos.
timer runs the fire. Doesn't it? I thought there was a timer. Like,
Oh, there's a timer
There's
for
a
the
timer,
fire.
yeah.
Oh, but he doesn't get it enhanced.
Yeah.
No. He just
Okay.
shoots the fire on the and it stays there for a while.
are those the only characters that have just like pop?
Activation.
Oh, Mika.
Oh yeah, she
Nadeshko,
summons her...
yeah.
Her
Nabisco.
wrestling partner.
So do you
Marvel.
still play her and Ryu on the side?
I play Mika on the side.
Yeah,
Maybe
his
not.
No
three...
more Ryu on the side.
I play Ryu when I have to. Like,
He goes back to his street, like...
yeah.
He doesn't play Ryu the way most people play Ryu in 5. He plays Ryu like he does in 4
Like,
and
yeah,
3.
I play,
Okay.
and it doesn't feel right, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's working. I actually just watched a stream recently, and they're like, oh, everybody should have a pocket Ryu. Because if there's a matchup you don't know, you can fall back to Ryu. And
'Cause
most of his strats work on everybody.
The only reason why Ryu's like footsie game isn't that strong is because they made crouching forward not that good as it was before.
His normals are stubbier compared to all
Like
the
crouching
other
forward
games.
does not reach a million miles away. And
So it actually hits where the shin is,
Yeah.
not even the ankle.
yeah, and fireball's unsafe close up.
Yep.
So they made it so you can't just do that anymore. Like with Ryu.
And I play a fireball heavy Ryu, so
Yep.
it kills me. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm that way too. I actually had to switch to Ken, mainly to get rid of all of my Street Fighter 4,
Habits.
instincts too.
Yeah.
Instincts.
Like, there'll be times where I'm like, oh, cross up Tatsu super. I cross up Tatsu, and then it's like, there's no cross up Tatsu. I get punished
Yeah.
while I'm landing, so, yep.
Yeah.
Made that
That's
switch.
why a lot of I say like the footsie heavy players pick people like Nash or Karin or
Chun.
Chun, because they're very footsie reliant because they don't have many other tools. Chun has like every tool, so excluding Chun, like characters Nash and Karen, they're reliant on their footsies.
They lack somewhere, but they have really good, neutral.
And neutral game, the buttons are just godlike.
So, is there any other aspects to Nash's game besides the zoning, good footsies? He has a lot of frame traps.
Be able to adapt and adjust play styles.
Nash's playstyle is kind of versatile because he's plus on everything basically. So you could if someone's playing super defensive, you just abuse that and just go in.
The way I play is a very dash in, dash out game.
Mm.
I'll play the zoning game and then I'll go in for rush down, get back out, and go back to that style. And if you watch infiltration videos, he kind of does the same thing.
Mm.
That's been my Daigo of this game so far.
And watching infiltration is actually really good because he has all this tech that no one's really using.
Yep.
I mean, people are starting to use it, like dash and walk back shimmy, because what a lot of characters do, because the dash is really good, is dash and throw. That's like a really good thing in this game. Like Ryu does it, everyone does it. But what Infiltration would do is he'll dash up, walk back, and people just whiff it though, and he'll just get a full punish. Because I saw when he first did it, I forgot when it was. It was like one of the first tournaments. I'm like, oh my god, that was so godlike. And I'm like, why isn't anyone doing this? Like I'll do it with Laura, but Laura's walk speed's ass, so she can't really do it.
Yeah.
But and then I just saw recently today, Flash Metroid did it to the F Champ. He dashed in, fucking was an F Champ whiffed the throw, and he got V trigger punished in the super and won the set. So.
And
That's a
another
good
thing,
example.
that Infiltration does, like he just threw out standing jabs in
Yep.
all of his games, and I'm like, man, this guy's an asshole. Why is he taunting?
Well, that's 'cause
I was like,
It's really
I started doing naturally. I was like, oh, that's because it stops a lot of options like
Yeah,
dashing
yep.
and stuff.
because dashing is such a popular option.
Yeah.
Just throwing out a jab, it's safe. It's
That's how,
hard to
that's how I
punish.
beat one of the players here. I'm not gonna name names yet.
Well,
Paulo. Literally Paulo. Sorry, Paulo, but you dash a lot. It's not good.
we love you though, bro.
Yeah, we love you, man. We just give you a hard
Paulo's
time.
awesome. Yeah.
So
We just
fun.
give you a hard time.
And Paulo, I think, is like now the younger brother of everybody.
Yeah.
Even though I think
He's older than me.
Yeah, he's older than
I think we're the
you.
youngest out of most except Bill's. Bill's a little one younger than me, I think.
Yeah. So
And speaking of rivals and stuff, like I feel like
Bill's
he's
my
my
rival.
rival in Street Fighter V right now because
okay, well, just him.
So and like of course my other 3 training partners,
Okay.
but like I lose to Paulo.
Why don't
a
you
lot.
name all of those? Right?
So
And who
my
they play.
my training team is Artie plays Laura, Zach plays Ken, Bombi is Karin. Paulo doesn't really play with us, but like
He's another guy there.
another guy that I
Actually,
worry
plays
about.
fighting games.
It was funny because Roderick just texted me yesterday. He's like, "Man, I want to get on your guys' level." I was like, "Who?" He's like, "The Fearsome 4." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, you guys, Shadowloo." You know?
Shadowloo!
I was like, "Oh."
Makes sense.
I was like, oh, cool, man. Thanks.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, me, Bombi, Zach, and Banky play so much Street Fighter together.
Yeah, and then we end up top 4, top 5 in a tournament, so we're doing good work.
Zach's forever 4th.
Yeah.
Except one tournament. He's the Macross.
And, so
Bombi hasn't broke top 4 yet either.
Okay.
I thought he has.
When?
Good point. The 4 monthlies we had so far, I've won 2, Paulo has won 2.
Yeah. And I've been second or third.
And
How many of these are planned, by the way?
the monthlies?
Yep. What's the official name?
Street Fighter 5, or Yogurt Works Street Fighter 5 monthly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
check
can
out
find it on
Yogurt
Facebook,
Works.
yes.
I don't think we're gonna have one in June just because of BLF.
Because BLF.
Yeah, BLF is basically the monthly
BLF
of a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We'll have one in July again, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
good to have
I'm going
it.
to talk about that later because of the bronze bracket and stuff. But we'll bring that up in a bit.
Okay.
But,
Well,
yeah.
you don't want to cover it right
Oh,
now,
we can?
right?
Okay, so we do Street Fighter 5 monthlies, and we had a really cool idea on the second one. Like, hey, why don't we do like an amateur bracket? A bronze bracket, you know?
It's cause, it was because, like, when we first started playing Street Fighter, the people that wanted to learn, like, they were nowhere near, like, the actual people who play Street Fighter level. They would get destroyed and, like, lose motivation instantly.
Because they had to pay to go in the tournament.
Yeah,
right?
and we would just body them, like, right away, and it wouldn't it was a bad time for them because they didn't understand Street Fighter because a lot of them came from, like, Melee, Smash 4, PM.
Or this is their first fighting game.
Or this is, like, their first fighting game they want to actually try to get into, and they don't understand, like, the level of, like, thinking that it takes for fighting games, and then they'd go O2.
So for the second
it's
tournament,
not really so much of a level rather than an actual mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
like some people can't think in numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and some people can't think in science. I
Yeah.
hate science.
And they just didn't have, like, the skills to play the game, because they didn't play the game. They just legit couldn't play the game at that level either,
Like I remember, I think this is kind of related. There was a certain point in Tekken where we thought of an idea to try and encourage, newer players or players who weren't the best players. Because a lot of people, when they go to the tournaments, like you guys were saying, they kind of lose hope. They lose, they run into Banky, they run into you. I've run into you here, and then I lost hope already, dude.
It's just Laura, honestly. The character
know.
itself makes it even that much
But,
worse.
yeah, like having to go against, Paolo, Bombi. Bombi bodied the hell out of me last night. He was nice, though.
Yeah.
Bombi let me win a round where I look hella dope. He bodied the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Really awesome. So, have you guys been helping any of these newer players who've been coming in?
Oh yeah,
That's our major focus, like, right now. Like,
And it's-
Banky and Bombi, like, implanted this, like, thing for, like, us, like, the good players to, like, help these newer players out, help them learn, and that's been, like, Bombi and Banky's, like, big focus right now.
and it's been really successful. So we've been happy because like since the second tournament, we're like, okay, with the success of the Scrub Cup for Street Fighter 4, Tekken, any Scrub Cup, they've been really successful, right?
Yep.
We're like, okay, let's
It
go, let's
also
try it out.
introduces new players,
Yeah,
too.
let's try it out for Street Fighter 5. We got a really good turnout. Everyone was hype about it. And it's really cool, too, because, the first one, everyone's like, oh, you can tell they're new at Street Fighter.
And now they're actually getting good.
With every tournament, you're like, holy shit, these guys are getting good.
Like, CD's little brother, Cardo, he's good. Like, he actually plays Street Fighter now. He could compete. Like,
he hit gold on online today, and then he wrote his, he got second.
He gets second, like, most, like, he's, like, good enough to be, like, to play with them, but there's always that one guy in bronze bracket who just already plays a lot. Like, Kevin, James.
Yeah. It was really cool. Second bronze bracket. You're in the stream right now, Wayberry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gavin.
yeah.
Oh, Gavin,
So
dude, the
I see
guy
these
with
two.
Ori.
I see this mom bringing her 2 kids, right? Like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys want to sign up? Oh, you guys want to do the bronze bracket? Like, oh yeah, sure, why not? It's free.
So,
This kid Gavin on a pad,
Actually knows how to play the game.
2 O's, like everybody in bronze bracket. We're like, what is going on? Who is this kid?
And then he goes
Right?
to the main bracket and beats Ori.
And beats
We're
Ori.
like, oh,
And we're like, what? So it lets you see new blood too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
This always reminds me, we have a word for when we gather together, which is session.
Yeah, sessions.
We play in a session.
Yes.
For us in the Philippines, we called it challenge.
Yeah.
So whenever I see new people like this, here comes a new challenger. I started in Street Fighter 2, dude.
Yeah.
And when I first played, my first game was Street Fighter 2, the screen said that to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm
Let's
here.
do this. Yep.
Played Vega, got my first 6 wins. But you know, I never got to see that feeling actually until I saw Banky play.
Yeah.
Like, when I first met Banky, you know, I'm still a little hurt, by the way, but I love you.
Love you too, bro.
Banky asked me how old I am. And I told him, I believe I was 20 or 21 at the time. And Banky looks up to me and he's like, man, you're really old.
What a dick, dude.
Oh my god.
This ain't an old man. I'm 20 now. I don't feel that
I'm
old.
not that old, homie. But in my mind, even till to this day, I still think of myself as the kid.
Yeah.
But, you know, I saw you play, and then I saw Bill play.
Yeah, man, that's how I
and
felt when
then
I first came in.
Yeah.
I actually got to play Gavin at the
At the last
one.
tour, yeah,
like
yeah.
we were playing for a while, and
Uh-huh.
I was testing him. And, you know, this guy, like you guys said, knows how to play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I actually learned a lot just playing.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that too because he came up to me like, that Gavin kid's really good.
And like,
this
Gavin,
guy.
no hate towards you, man. But when I saw you, like, I kind of gauge everybody at first, right? And I was like,
It's
okay.
first
And
impression.
I was like, is he just doing combos? Like, is that all he knows? And then I saw you anti-airing Ori. I was like, yeah, he knows how to play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, we all have our imaginary scouters on, you know?
Yeah.
And some people catch us by surprise because they're just like Goku. He knows how to hide his,
Yeah.
his key power, you know, or whatever the hell it's
Right.
called. And then, right when you see them play, they turn Super Saiyan.
Yep.
And, you know, this kid was over 9,000.
Like,
Yeah.
Alaska being such a small state, we have such a hard-on for new players, dude.
That's,
Like,
how it was for me when I first came
like
into
good
the
new
scene.
players.
Oh my god, who is this kid's story? My first tournament
Yeah.
versus Swamp, who just won the Marvel tournament before I came in.
Yeah.
So I came in, I'm like, okay, I don't know anyone here. Kevin just wanted to bring me. You know, I'm good enough at Marvel, I
Yeah.
guess. I know how to do composition, I understand the game a little. And my first game, oh, you get this guy I'm like, what's his name? Swamp. I'm like, okay, cool, his name's Swamp, that's a cool nickname. Like, okay,
What's
that's
good?
a
What's
cool nickname.
good?
What's up, Swamp? My name's RD. I'm like, hi, man. I was like 14 at the time.
Mhm.
And everyone's like, oh, dude, let's watch this game at Swamp. And then, like, there was, like, everyone was behind him, like, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, Nia had a little fucking handheld camera.
Like Neo.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Swamp's camera.
Yeah,
He was
it was
recording.
Swamp, yeah.
Remember he was
Oh,
recording.
She
yeah.
all
wanted
the
to record
matches?
matches because, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I just, like,
Dude,
everyone was like,
Swamp was really awesome about that.
Yeah.
yeah. And then Kevin was like, oh, Artie, you know who this guy is? I'm like, no, I don't know
Yeah.
here. He's like, oh, it's Swamp. I'm like, cool, he's Swamp.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's Swamp?
It's like, oh, that's
Cool.
dope.
Yeah.
And I beat Swamp, and everyone, and I just hear in the back, like, oh my god, who's this kid? He beat Swamp. And bam, like, and he's like, oh, you put Mankey next. Like, right away, I didn't even get a break. I'm like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
I won again. I think I beat this guy. I get destroyed. It was bad. It was terrible. Like, it was not even close. And then, like,
I was like, oh, this kid knows how to play, man. Like,
yeah. And then he tried, and I got destroyed because Banky's like, I don't know. Swamp is just, I don't know how to do
Oh,
Swamp.
yeah.
This guy.
I mean, I also remember when you guys came into the scene.
Yeah, me and Bill at the same time, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bill was
and
my rival.
Kaiser,
yeah,
too.
Bill was my rival, like,
Yeah.
speaking
I
of
remember
Still
when
is.
you first
Still
introduced
is,
Bill
still
to me.
is.
You said, Banky, the best Tekken player in Alaska's right over there, bro. I want you to play
Did
him.
you play him, like, when you first met him?
Yeah.
When you played
No, I
Steve?
remember I didn't see who. I was like, okay, I'll go play him real quick. I turned around, I was
Little
freaking
ass
like
kid.
9-year-old sitting. I was like, Mike, you're fucking with me, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, go sit down. I was like, okay. Pick my Brian, you know, about to bust out the sneak edge.
Legendary Brian.
Yeah.
Unblockable.
That's all you
Sweet
feel
right?
against Bills.
I'm like, okay.
Plays.
I was like, hey, kid. You know, like, nice to meet you. Plugging our controllers, play. I see round 1, fight. He starts going off, chuck and weave, and like, you know, doing launchers and shit. I was like, oh my god. What? Right? Hits me with the loop that's like, I think spinning forward. And
Oh, the
there's a
Oki
low-
loop?
Yeah.
No, when I first played, speaking of Ben Bill, man, this guy's a character, dude. Like, are we interviewing Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's interviewing? I want to be on that episode, man.
Dude,
I love
I'm
Bill.
basically interviewing almost everybody, and
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain by the time we're done, I would have interviewed every
Yeah.
single one.
Yeah.
Because speaking of Bill, man, when I first met that guy, like, I actually took a game off him in Tekken. Because, like, I just played LoL and I just did shit that I thought it was
Yeah.
good. And then 2 taught me stuff before because I played 2. Like, he was the first one I
Oh,
played in T6. He taught
Too
me.
good.
Yeah, too
Too
good.
good.
It's too good.
School of 2. And then, after playing 2, I saw, like, he's like, and Mike's like, oh, go play his little brother. I'm like, okay. He's my age. Like,
Yeah.
around, like 5 years younger. But, you know, same generation. You understand what I'm talking about and stuff. So, I go play him. Like, he bodied me first. I'm like, oh, shit, this kid's hella good.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, okay, second game, I actually beat him. I'm like, yes. And then Bill's like, hey, you're pretty good at this game. And then he just perfects me, like, twice. I'm like, okay, never mind.
And-
Fuck you, Bill.
It's hard to believe, but there was a time that Bill sucked at Marvel.
Oh, yeah,
No, Bill was
yeah.
bad at every game but Tekken. He was so
Yeah.
bad at every game but Tekken. Now he's good at every game but Tekken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember talking to him about Marvel, and actually, there was a time when I could share things that he didn't know. And then it got to the point where the roles were reversed. I would help him with Tekken, and he would make sure that I don't lose too bad in Marvel.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Yo, man, you can do this, and you can revenge here and revenge here." Bill is
But the
bomb.
Bill episode will be coming out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh, man. Bill's
this
Bill's the
new
character.
player that we have, Gavin.
Yeah.
When was the first time you guys got to play with him?
I haven't played him.
I never played him yet.
Not yet. Okay. So
I
you-
just been watching. Like,
wow.
like,
So
you
just
guys.
watching this guy, you guys can already tell he's really
Well,
good.
And like I don't mean to sound cocky, but like being a top player here in Alaska.
No, that's not
Yeah,
cocky.
like-
You're like the best Street Fighter 5 player.
No,
Like,
no, no,
you,
no.
Paulo, like top 5, like you, Paulo, me, Zach, Bombi.
Yeah, and anybody
Like-
in that list can win at any day.
Yeah.
But
So-
like seeing new blood makes me so happy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I text you every time. Remember I'm
Yeah.
like, Mike, I have a new player here. So you're like, dude, who is it? You know,
Yeah.
we get so excited.
Well,
And
the
like-
funny thing is, I was asking you for people for me to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I barely play this game, I
Mhm.
get you guys here so that you guys can make sure that I don't mess Kellen up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that doesn't apply in this game. I'm
Right.
like, okay, we'll save that for later.
Mhm.
But, so you guys haven't gotten to
Haven't
play
played
this
Gavin.
game?
No, but like just watching someone
Yeah.
like who's new and who could play at that level where his
Like,
footsies-
Yep.
he actually has
Footsies.
fundamentals.
Yeah.
He knows how to
It's
putt it.
really exciting.
reactions,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it gets you excited because like okay, so there's a new kid who can play, who knows how to play, so he already has like a basis of where to start.
Yeah.
So
And it's
And
also the
really solid.
yeah.
It's like the prospect of us being able to level up with him.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Is
Because, I
like-
mean, the more, at first, you guys will probably beat him.
Yeah.
But eventually, he'll catch up.
Like
Yeah.
Cardo,
yeah, just like Cardo.
he's like puts up fights with everybody now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, speaking
So-
of Cardo's also another upcoming player.
Yeah.
So, eventually, that will level you guys up. 'Cause
Exactly.
Each mind that we bring in has different ideas.
Mhm.
Like, if you guys both played the same character, I'm fairly certain it wouldn't be like, oh, it's like this guy and this guy are the same dude.
Yeah.
They use the same mix-up, they use the same thing. No.
Nah, it's never like
And like, if anybody ever comes here with the same character, like there was one guy that played Ryu.
Yep.
I immediately, I'm like, oh no. I kind of take it as a challenge.
That's mine.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're a Ryu player, huh? You
Yeah.
know?
Actually, one time me and Jason were studying
Mm.
our frame data. We had studied a little bit too much that he started referring to people as characters. Now, granted, this took a very extensive study. Ref has not even seen this kind of stuff.
no, that's a lot of studying.
It's Discovery
Where he
Channel.
was like,
The
and
Sasha.
I was keeping up though.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, man, Ken is so good at Street Fighter 5. And I knew immediately he meant Cho, because Cho used to be Ken,
Yeah.
And then he was like, but yeah, man, Ryu's Nash, man, it's such a pain in the ass.
Ryu's Nash.
So, whenever people visualize characters, you will probably, for people who have played the Street Fighter 4,
Mhm.
you're Ryu.
Yeah.
Well-
Like for us, like Daigo is Ryu.
Yeah.
And
Or
we-
Daigo is...
We went to a major. Bo walks out of the elevator. This guy we don't. He's like, "Oh, you're Alaska, Fei Long, right?" And Cho's like, "What?"
Chodor.
Cho was so
Cho the Nine.
No, he pointed at Bo. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're Alaska, Fei Long." Cho's like, "What?"
Well, this also goes along with like back to the playstyle thing. Like your character usually fits like the kind of playstyle.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
that and like the personality.
It fits your personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I hit Makoto because so I love Rushdown, and I'm loud. I talk a lot. Makoto's loud. She
You're
screams.
talking a lot anybody.
Yeah, and she punches nuts. So it's
Hell
like,
yeah.
that's how I feel when I like scream and shit. Like I punch someone's nuts. So like character personality wise, like you don't like. Okay, so there's a lot of people who pick characters based on like how they play.
Yeah.
But you also pick the character on how you like the character. Like,
And, like,
I
how they
fucking
look,
I
yeah.
fucking hate like kick Karn.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna play Karn, even though I like the playstyle of it. Like Filthy. I like when I play her. Like she's fun. But fuck that character. Dude. Like, she's so
Yeah,
whack.
exactly.
Like that's just retarded, man. I hate that shit.
And like Ryu, I like the calm, collected dudes.
Yeah, the
like,
Wandering Warrior.
Wandering
man.
Warrior.
That's
Yeah,
such a
like that's so cool to me.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that's
so-
cool. I like ninjas, so I pick
Yeah.
Ibuki, and I like Makoto's. Makoto's badass.
And like I tend to pick main characters. Like Scorpion and Ryu are like two of my favorite video games.
Oh, you play that? You play Soul, don't you? No, you don't. You play.
Oh, I like to play Soul. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did that until I played Marvel, because Marvel didn't have any character.
Yeah.
But like when I first played Street Fighter, it was Ryu. 'Cause
Mhm.
That's and then when I played Guilty Gear, it was Soul.
Cool.
When it was BlazBlue, it was Ragnar.
Mhm.
Any of the when it was fucking rival schools, it was Batsu and Shoma.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, the main character was always the cool guy to me, and the psychic partner was always whack. Like, I hated Ken. I hate Ken. I'll never play Ken. I hate.
Dude, so I like how Ken plays in this game.
Yeah.
But you know what? I almost want to switch my character just because of how retarded he looks on the.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the only reason why I never respect. Like, you see his DLC, Ken's DLC.
Yeah, the costume.
Oh my god.
Zach said he's only up.
It looks like a '90s like animated cartoon, like Hey Arnold or some shit.
Yeah.
Really?
It looks terrible, dude.
Like,
Capcom is going to charge us, or is that one free?
No,
it's
that one's
neither
being charged.
Wow, so
Yeah.
they want us to look more retarded.
Yep.
like he'll
How
look
much
like
does this cost?
We don't know yet.
he would look like a bully. That would
Too
be
much.
Arnold, dude. Like
It should cost like they should pay you to use the costume.
no, dude.
It shouldn't cost any amount
That
of money.
costume's legendary. Man. Like you see that picture of like how they age. Or like Ryu, and then like it gets
Yeah, I
and then you
noticed
see
that one.
Ryu like with a beard, and you just see retarded Ken.
Yeah, it's like, Ken, what happened to you?
Ken's had too many facelifts.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly, man. All that money.
Ken looks so
Yeah.
stupid in 5, dude.
He went the Lindsay Lohan way.
Yeah. Times are hard in Street Fighter.
Ryu and Bradley
Yep.
Cooper way, man.
Yeah.
So we've covered new players, and do you guys have any other words for that particular subject, or do you
No,
think-
just keep playing, man. That's
Yeah.
New,
We
also,
hope to see new
okay,
players.
wait. What about advice for new people?
So, from what I've seen when Street Fighter 5 came out, is don't give up so easily on the game. Like just because I get mad because my mentality is I just want to win, and I get kind of mad when people don't think that way.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, like a competitive setting, you play to win. You don't play you play to get better, but your ultimate goal is to win.
Yeah.
So I get kind of salty at people, like give them a hard time, like not specific names, but there's some people like, oh, I'm never gonna get good at this game. Like I get mad at that because like you're not playing to win, or you're not playing to win or get
You
better.
did it early.
Yeah, well, there's Elliot, there's other people too and stuff. You know, they're good people. Like I know they could be good at a fighting game, but like I get so salty when people just think, oh, I'm never gonna beat you. So I'm like, dude, like.
Yeah, I don't like quitting attitudes.
Like what's
You know,
the point of playing a game if you're not out there to win? Like you're gonna lose when you first play a game.
Yeah.
If you're not playing to win, then what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, winning isn't the only important
Mhm.
thing, but a lot of people really do underestimate the lessons you learn. Now, let's go into real life. When you think about the hardest time in your life, the worst moment of your life so far, and then before you can get over that thing, you have to learn something.
Yeah, just something comes out of everything negative.
And, everything, I hope, happens for a reason. But
To be fair, some shit just happens.
Yeah.
yeah,
Some
but
shit just happens.
like learning how to cope and adapt
Yeah.
in those situations is very important. And really, it takes a lot of, emotional and mental strength.
Yeah, it does.
And
Mental strength, especially. Mental strength
Yeah.
is like the biggest one because if your mind breaks down, then everything else is not gonna follow up. Like it doesn't matter how emotionally strong you are. Like if your mind
Yeah.
breaks down, if you don't think right anymore,
well, like,
it just all goes away.
yeah, when you get broken though, like when I played you, dude, you broke me.
Yeah, I know that feeling, man.
I'm like, wow. But even when you're broken, you still have to pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down.
Yeah.
It matters how many times you get up.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, that philosophy
Is-
alone has made me into the player that I am. Playing against good players like you guys. Like I'm taking my losses right now, but I can't play because of my tendonitis. If I could though,
You learn.
dude, we would be playing after this is done. We
Yeah.
would probably be playing right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
While talking.
Yeah. And on that point, like, it's also like, okay, I want to say it's cool, but it's kind of fucking to say it's cool. But like when you see someone else just break, like
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
what happens after
Yeah,
that, like
that is cool.
yeah,
When
it's
yeah,
you
it's
break
like when you
somebody-
break someone and like you see what they do after is like it
Yeah.
amazes me, like how people react to this. Like when I was broken by Banky and Young,
Oh, that was the most saltiest I've ever seen already. Should I go ahead and tell the story?
Yeah.
So Red Bats, we did Street Fighter 4 Red Bats at
And
Fat Boy Vapor.
the reason why I was so salty is the match before I finally beat Young, who was like my demon.
So,
Young
yeah.
and Banky were my demons.
Yun, sorry. Artie was up and coming in Ultra Street Fighter 4, like he was eating good. And he beat Young in tournament. We're like, dude, what the fuck? It's crazy, right? So he plays me in what, winners finals?
It was winners finals, yeah, because that was for the third. That was for.
I was like, okay, I gotta take Artie really seriously. I picked my Oni, and
It was just because I didn't know the matchup.
yeah.
Really,
And Oni's a character role. If you don't know the matchup,
you're so fucked.
you're done because he's all kinds of cross ups and whatever.
Gimmicky as fuck.
Gimmicks and plus some solid stuff.
Yeah.
So I was double perfect.
You quad perfect.
Quad perfect.
So
already
2 games in a row, because it's 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
He didn't perfect me at all the first game. The next 2 games, I did not touch him at all.
And then Artie, he was pretty up. Like that's the most mad I've ever seen Artie. I was like, hey, Artie, good games, man. Takes the cord, just yanks it out. The wire just flies everywhere. Right? He walks off. I'm like, oh, okay.
He didn't say anything at all?
No,
And then I come back to play Yang.
He come back to play Young, who was playing Seth, another bullshit character. Proceeds to get a double perfect or triple
Quad
perfect.
perfect again.
Quad perfect again.
I hit him once the first game. The next 2 games, I couldn't touch him.
And you know in Young, he's always hee after he does some stuff to you. And that's the most broken I've ever seen Artie. Like, he didn't talk to anybody the rest of the round
It
band.
was bad, dude. Like,
So how did that make you feel?
Dude,
Sigmund Freud.
do not know, dude. I couldn't even think. I was just, like, the first thing I wanted to do was I was trying to break something, dude. I was just so mad. Like,
Now, what do you think? Why were you mad?
because I never lost that bad. Like,
Yeah,
me being me, like, I don't like losing.
Yeah.
And not knowing why I lost, too,
Yeah.
made me even more mad. Because, like, you're playing Street Fighter 4. 4 is a bullshit game, honestly. There's a lot of bullshit in the game. So, like, I couldn't figure out what was going on. Like, how am I losing this badly? Like, what can I do to stop it? But I couldn't figure it out at all. There's, like, no possible, like, idea that came to mind.
Especially you were on Cloud 9 just before that.
Yeah,
You
so,
know?
like, I'm on this high horse. Like, oh, I beat Yon with a random ultra, wake up ultra because he dropped his combo. I just mashed that shit. Oh, I beat Yon with a, mashed ultra. So I'm on this high horse, like, oh my god, I'm getting somewhere. And I fight these guys again, and all of a sudden, like, something's not going right, and I can't figure out what it is, and that's what made me so mad. Like, I couldn't think of an idea that could, like, flip the script and, like, put me back in the game. I just proceeded to get destroyed. So for, like, 30 minutes, I'm just thinking, like, what the fuck happened? I just didn't want to talk to anyone because first thing I wanted to do was break something, because I couldn't think
Yeah.
about, like, a certain way I could have did something to change that.
And I think mental fortitude, like, is really important to have in fighting games and life.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of dark and personal, but, like, 5 years ago, I had my first panic attack. Nothing was going right in life, whatever. I broke down really bad. About to call the cops because I feel like I'm going to die,
Well,
And I've
Anxiety and stuff like that.
I've dealt with anxiety ever since then. Still to this day.
Same here. Yeah.
But now I've taught myself how to cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've taught myself to turn it into something positive. So, in both life and fighting games, if I approach a situation that makes me anxious, say as, like going to talk in front of a crowd or like in a fighting game, seeing like playing against a good player or like grand finals of a tournament, like anxiety is just it's just there to mess with you. There's nothing really to be scared of. There's nothing.
Back to what I was saying, like about that. Something else, but what was I saying? It's watching someone else break. Seeing what they get out of it. Like it helps you. It gives you like multiple ways of thinking. Like this is how they cope with it. Maybe if I can't, like if I break and I can't deal with my usual way of dealing with this brokenness doesn't work, I can try their way of dealing with it. It'll help out a lot as well.
yeah.
It's another thing against like top players. Everyone's like, oh, this guy's really dumb. There's no way I'm gonna beat him.
I don't think that.
Well, yeah, exactly. There's few people that don't think that, which is good. But a lot of people do. It's like, why?
Yeah.
What are you doing to yourself?
There's no
They're
reason for you to think you're gonna lose. Like, okay, they're better than you, obviously. They're a pro player, but like, go into the match thinking you're gonna win. If you don't,
They're human beings, just like you.
everyone they can make a mistake and you'll capitalize off it and you win. But if you think that you can't beat them, you see them do a mistake, you're not gonna take the chance.
Yeah.
To,
Why are you scared? Oh, I'm gonna lose. What is that gonna do to you? Is it gonna kill you? No. If anything, you're gonna learn from it. Like why be anxious?
Keeping your mental fortitude up is one of the most important things in fighting games. Because fighting games, physically, it takes some stress off. It's good to stay healthy when you play games like this. But it's not the most...
exhausting.
Yeah, it's also like mentally
It's mentally exhausting.
Because physically, you're not like all of the same like basketball, or like sports, or like running. So like it's not the most like physically stress-inducing. Emotionally, it might be. Yeah, unless you're a Mishima player, then you get tendonitis. Or like emotionally, it depends the person. Like you could break emotionally. Like you get really passionate and like your emotions get the best of you.
Yeah.
But I think mentally is where fighting games are like your fortitude is where it's most important because it's all thinking plus some reaction.
Having to critically think for like 10 minutes straight the whole time, and then the possibility of losing and you getting angry about everything. It's just like a roller coaster.
And it's not just like thinking like elongated thoughts. It's like quick thinking. You gotta keep thinking differently.
Situational thinking is what it is.
It's fast paced, so if you have like a weak mental strength and something just breaks you right away, then it's not gonna
And I
go
think
well.
that's why a lot of people don't like playing fighting games because it takes I have to adapt to this situation.
Yep.
It's not for the non-thinking.
And
man.
also too, that's what makes it worse for people who have that mentality of losing. Like, oh, I'm never gonna beat this guy, because then you're never gonna adapt to that person, and then you really will never beat that person. So it's just gonna make it worse for you in the long run.
It doesn't just even end there.
Yeah, it doesn't never end
Exactly.
too.
There's a lot of people who, in real life, that's their mentality.
Yeah.
And those people, I don't want to talk shit, but those people really never get that
They're
far.
not the successful people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
the people.
They're never the happy ones.
Yeah.
Like, you can be successful in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be wealth or stuff like that. But
Yeah.
those are the people who just don't have a happy life.
Yeah.
Like, they're not proud of who they are.
Yep.
That's because they're they always thought they were just gonna be the losers, and they ended up being one of the losers.
I think you become what you believe you are.
Exactly.
Realistically thinking, though, you can't just think, I'm a god.
Yeah.
You can't be a god.
You can't be no, to a point.
Yeah,
you know
to
what I'm
a
saying?
point,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Katie, she was in the hospital for a day, and I was talking with her dad, and she's like, Katie's thinking, I'm not going to get out of here. Why? I'm so scared to stay here for a while. And he said, I believe 90% of fighting an illness is you thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm going to come out of this. And I think that applies everywhere in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So.
I think I'm blessed with this cocky attitude, because
Well,
it gets me through so much. Dude.
that's one thing actually that I really admire from Shin Paulo.
Yeah,
Now, Shin Paulo rubs people the wrong way sometimes.
a lot of times.
Maybe, most of the time.
A lot of times, actually.
But,
I like his attitude, though.
there was a point in time in my life, actually, where I was the scrub. You know what you guys...
You were the scrub?
Dude, what you guys were just talking about?
Yeah.
That was my life for 6 years.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
How do I beat these guys? And the funny thing is, there was only one thing consistent. I would walk into the tournament and I would lose 0-2 every time. But every time I walked in, I told everybody that I was going to beat the shit out of them. And when it finally happened, dude...
It feels so good.
Well, when it finally happened, it got to my head.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
And it got so bad, I would tell people, it's like, oh, you only have enough money to play me 3 games? It's like,
Oh, shit.
you weren't even entertaining enough for those 3 games. I didn't even break a sweat.
Oh,
It's
man.
like, it got to the point where people actually wanted to kill me.
Oh, man.
And I had to have an intervention.
Yeah.
My friends came up to me and told me, basically, if you don't stop it, there's a lot of people who want to kill you already.
It's the Philippines, too.
Yeah, so you gotta learn,
Keep your mouth shut.
how to win gracefully.
Yeah.
And, it's really cool when you see somebody in-game break. But I'm fairly certain, how did you feel, actually? Like, I have felt really guilty after I've made somebody, super salty. And I usually try to take the time to talk to them after they've calmed down. And, most of the time, though, I won't even try to give them advice at this point, because sometimes that's just like adding insult to injury, unless they ask me, and it's like, what do I do?
Well, see, Artie, he's one of my good friends, right?
Yeah,
He's like my older brother.
Yeah, so, afterwards, I felt really bad. I was like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. And then he's like, whatever. He didn't say shit to me. He just walked off.
I didn't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah,
dude.
I felt terrible, I was like, he's my friend.
Yeah.
I beat him in a tournament. Maybe it would be different if I beat just a random guy,
Oh,
I would still feel bad, but hey, man, that was really good in the end. I didn't mean to, piss you off.
I didn't mean to
Oh,
fuck
man.
her.
That reminds me of that big black guy at Evo, dude. The biggest black guy that I ever met at Evo.
Well, that you beat in Tekken?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
remember
was like 20 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least 6 feet, or at least 6'8".
Oh, man.
He was
But I
like-
think he was 28.
He was like 3 mils, dude.
Yeah.
Together.
And
Athlete sized.
Yeah.
we played, and I was able to get a really good read on him. So I just kept doing the same thing over and over and over. This guy got so mad, he yanked his controller off of the station, threw it to the wall, and it bounced about 25 feet.
Oh, shit.
We were playing by the wall, so we were kind of just close to the wall. He takes his controller, throws it, it bounces off that fucking wall to the other side of the stations. And somebody, after that I thought he was going to kill me.
Yeah.
He started looking for his controller. I was so scared, I was like, I'll help him find it, maybe he won't kill me.
Part of this incident is on YouTube.
Yeah.
The beginning of it.
Yeah.
So,
It's like
pretty
I
funny.
wish that Milo kept. I think
Kept
it was Milo
recording.
or
Yeah.
Swamp, but I think they were scared too.
Yeah,
Because
like,
man,
oh,
this
shit,
guy
yeah.
was big, dude.
I remember that.
But the cool thing about it was, I felt really bad about that, but he shook my hand after the game and after he found his controller. And later on, I overheard him talking to his homies. And he was like, man, I lost to this really good Devil Jin player. And I was like, wow, this guy recovered already.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's really a heat of the moment thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like really bad for some people. So.
After that moment with you and Yang, I've learned to like just calm down fast. Like I could calm down like in an instant now. Like
Yeah.
I'll get mad, of course, but I'll get over it pretty fast.
Well,
now.
you have to learn to channel the rage.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like... back in the day, I used to get mad at JTM.
Nah, dude.
JTM would beat the crap out of me.
Get at him still.
And then he would tell me the wrong strats to beat him.
Yeah, fuck, he's a fucking liar.
So I would follow his advice and get bodied even harder.
Yeah.
So I was really mad at him, but eventually I was able to learn that I was supposed to be mad at myself. But not to the point where you hate yourself.
Yeah.
But just mad like, oh dude, you've been slacking here. He's been using the same mix-ups forever now. Why haven't you learned the options to get out of it, and frame data on it, and so on and so forth? But yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
though.
dude, that's how I
Mad at
felt.
someone.
Against you guys, like back to that. That story was like so like legendary. It's kind of ridiculous.
I could tell it's
Yeah.
really emotional, dude.
Because I wasn't mad at literally anything but myself. I was trying not to break something because like I didn't know what to be mad at.
Yeah.
Like at first, like I didn't know what to be. I was just mad. I was like, why am I mad? And I realized like, oh, I'm mad at myself because I'm playing so shitty
Yeah.
that like why I couldn't do anything. So
Dude, you've recovered really well since then.
yeah,
But that'll be the moment that you'll always remember.
that was the moment I
So,
never lost so bad.
Top 4 Street Fighter now.
yeah,
So.
what was your lowest point, Becky?
My lowest point, so everybody, it was during AE, everybody was hyping up my Yun, and
Yeah.
Mike Campbell, Mike Deuce,
I
the
remember
legendary
this,
Deuce.
dude. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Was it Seth, right?
That
No,
episode
no.
is going
Young
to be
versus
really
Young
good.
versus Young.
He threw the final nail in the coffin. He's like, man, Young, Biggie's Young with like body or is free, like something, and
yeah, that's
like,
the one
on
thing too.
Facebook, right? And
Someone
this
has
is
to
over
know.
nothing, right?
That's the
It
one.
was just because they were talking about young players, right? And it ended up being me against Yang.
Yep.
And me and Yang took no part of the conversation. And then Yang is like, hey, big this money match at Friendly Fire. You know, like $20 Young versus Young. Right? And then I was like, okay, whatever, man. At that time, $20 was like a big money match to us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That
yeah.
bad?
Poverty
Poverty
time.
match.
Back at Friendly Fire.
Back when we didn't have like good paying jobs.
Yeah. Fast forward from that. But yeah, Friendly Fire, so we play money match. And like, everybody was like, oh, this is the young year to watch, man. You know, so I took it kind of as a pride thing.
Yep,
And
yep.
I got smoked. I couldn't focus during the game. I told I was doing an agent, and I dropped everything, and I blamed other people for it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, can you guys be quiet, whatever. Well, everyone's like, wait, what's your problem, baby? Yeah, that was my lowest point. I lost really bad. I stormed outside.
Yeah,
so I was
that's-
like 30 or like an hour, dude.
Yeah, I've seen Banky broken something
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah.
Like, his face gets so red, dude. It's kind of funny. I don't want to laugh at it.
Yeah.
Because I know you get mad, but I just like I laugh in my mouth.
Yeah, because they never see me mad.
Yeah.
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 And then-
Banky's got his shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
We've known each other
10
quite
years,
a while.
Yeah, and then John Cron came outside and talked to me, like, cool me down for an hour. So.
Dude, John
Yeah.
Cron is
Oh,
the
yeah.
greatest
Yeah.
man to cool you down, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to calm a person down, dude. It's kind of
It
insane.
was like, we all need a little John Cron in
yeah,
life, man.
John
So,
Cron in our life.
but, and another low point, at the last session of 2015, you were there too, but I don't think you were in the room.
Oh.
Oh, what? He bombed you?
So,
Oh,
Artie and Bobby money match on our stream, right? Stream 24, Makoto Mirror match. And Bobby was drunk as shit.
Larry
Yeah.
Bird!
Larry Bird, right?
Oh, Mike was there, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Were we in the room at the time?
No, dude.
Oh, you
I
were
was drinking and smoking and
Yeah.
drinking.
I was out here drinking with these guys, and they were in the room playing Street Fighter. Bobby was
It
using
was
the
hype,
stick.
dude. It was so hype.
And right, I hear tons of hype, so I walk in the room. I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" Right?
You see
But as soon as I see Makoto wins, and I hear boom, right? I'm like, "What?"
my jaw dropped, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Artie looks behind him. I don't know what he's looking at. He looks at me. He goes, "I'm like, for what?" And he's like, "All right." And I'm like, "What happened?" And I
You
look
see this-
over and I see my stick on the Xbox. I was like, "Oh my god!" Right? Really?
and I was like, it was Bombi. I was like,
Yeah.
So Bombi gave me a hug because I didn't know what to do. But I was supposed to give Bombi a handshake. Okay, good games, Bombi. That was fun. That was hype. So I found that shit talk, because we're shit talking during the match. Honestly, Bombi's like for like 5 minutes just sitting there like, like the fingers like statue.
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit, so they gotta go down. Like I was kind of scared. Like he was drunk, so I like, is he mad at me? Is he gonna fight me? Like I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I can't fight him. And I just seen bro, with Banky just slam it on the Xbox. I was like, holy shit! I was like,
fucking 2-hit combo. He threw my stick onto my Xbox.
yeah.
So
I was like, yo.
By the time I get to my stick, error, disc cannot be read, right? And my stick is off while it's plugged into the Xbox, right?
Yeah,
I plug it back in, just wasn't working. I was like, Bobby, what the fuck, dude? Like, I was so mad at him. My face is getting red, apparently.
Yeah, no, it was really red. It's probably because of the alcohol, but it was probably even more red than it should be.
I thought this would be a game thing, but...
No.
No, dude.
And I looked at Bobby and said, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
You're so mad, dude.
Right? And Bobby goes... and then walks out of the room.
It was so
drunk
funny.
as shit.
Do the look again.
He's
Do the
like-
look again.
And he just turns out and he walks out, right? I'm like, you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, and then Johan's like, yo, Banky, let me use your stick. We're like, dude, fuck off, right? And I was like,
I was
so
the low
mad
point
at
that
him,
was for Banky. That was one of my high points, dude. I was trying to laugh because it broke his stick and fucked up his Xbox, but...
Yeah, or he's like, Banky. It's okay. And Zach turns around, and Zach's like, Pinky, he's gonna buy you a new stick, don't worry. I was like, dude, that's not the fucking point, man. I was so pissed. I didn't want to talk to anybody.
And then, like, I'm like, anyone else want to win a match?
Yeah.
And no one did it because they were, like, too shocked.
And I walk out, everyone's like, Banky, you okay? Banky, you okay? I was like, dude, I'm fine. I was like, fuck off. Dude, like,
Dude, that was so
It's
funny.
like sometimes, people need to learn when to jump in on that,
Yeah.
you know?
and so I've been, like, kind of, like, scarred since, right?
Yeah.
So we had a session at Yoga Works, and it was really heated because we're all, like, seriously practicing.
Uh-huh.
And Zach loses barely to Bomb. You remember that? He's playing on my Chun-Li stick, my brand new Chun-Li stick. He goes, fuck! Right? And I was like, I look over, I'm behind Zach, so I don't see which stick he's playing on. And I'm like, I peek over, it's my stick. I was like, Zach, right? Round 2, he tries moving.
Nothing works.
Nothing works. And he's like, shit. Right? And that's all he says. And I'm like, Zach? Seriously? And he unplugs it, plugs it back in. And he's like, oh, thank God. Right,
Yeah.
he started working again.
No, like, the reason why this is such an issue is because me, Bomby, and Zach fuck up Banky.
Oh, yeah. Anytime a stick throw happens, it's
one of
my
us three.
stick.
Yeah, it's one of the three of us.
It's my stick.
And it's his stick.
And, like, I have multiple sticks. It's one of them.
Yeah.
It's always one of just those ones.
The one I dropped the most was the Onodera one.
Yeah,
I was playing Marvel
stick.
against Bill at Yoga Works. I just threw it off my lap. I was so pissed. I was like, fuck. I was like, and like, is that my stick? I'm like, no, it wasn't. I picked it up really fast.
Wait, that was?
Yeah, it was.
You asshole.
Yeah, no. I was like, me, Bobby, and Zach fuck up Banky's stick so bad.
So every time I hear a stick get hit, I have to look at it.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you still let us borrow your sticks, man. Like,
Because I always forget.
this is not a...
I forget. I repress those memories, dude, and I hear it get hit, I'm like,
why?
something, like, I remember something.
It's like, why do they want
Yeah.
to do this still?
Yeah.
And Banky's sticks have a historic...
It's cursed, man. Yeah.
historic curse on them. Something's always fucked up.
That's my lowest points.
Yeah.
Plural.
So, anytime a stick is
So how
down...
did you... It sounds like you're still dealing with it right now.
That issue, yeah. Fine. But the
That's because it
first
still
one,
happens, is why. Like,
Yeah, it
we
still
still fuck up
happens.
the sticks, dude.
it's a huge
Like,
issue.
Zach, I think Zach right now is like the one to watch because Street Fighter 5 is making him the most salty I've ever
it
seen.
makes everybody salty. This
Yeah.
game in particular, I don't know what it is about it.
But like, this is the most salty I've ever seen Zach over games. Like, he always hits the stick when he's salty.
I think it's because of how much passion actually goes into this.
Mhm.
You know, this particular game, this is the first time that the whole world gets to start at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the
Agreed.
biggest complaint that I have right now for Tekken is that not only are the best players going to play 2 to 3 years ahead of us, by that time they would have gotten so much experience ahead of us that we'll never catch up.
Yeah.
Whereas this game, you got it, Daido got it,
Yep. All the
Banky
same.
got it,
Yep.
Day of release.
Nutrition got it.
And we played the beta before Japan even.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
see?
we had the
You got the
illegal
beta
crack
first.
version, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of people, have, they have higher expectations of themselves now. Like Street Fighter 4 and Marvel were running for a long time. And now that it's gone, now that we're starting fresh, I even heard somebody say that they were glad that there wasn't a consistent tournament winner. Which is also part of that bad mindset.
Right.
But that fact that nobody's been consistent winner yet means, Raph will probably see his day in the sun. I'm hoping that Zach will because he's the general of the Ken army.
I think that's another
part of.
reason they're so passionate because, like, you know, Artie's placing top in these tournaments now. Zach is placing top. Paulo is placing top.
Yeah.
In Street Fighter 4, you know, they didn't really.
It was just young, banky.
Yeah.
Young, banky.
Yeah. now there's a new. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Neo Young.
and you see people like Ori and CG doing bad in tournaments now.
Like seeing these like old guards becoming like, you know,
Yeah.
able to be beaten now.
Yeah.
So I think it's more, you know, like.
It's also how the game is made too. Like
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4, you lose because there's a lot of bullshit in 4. Like it's vortex heavy. You know, there's a lot of unblockable shit or whatever. Street Fighter 5, you just lose because the person's better than you. At the time.
You understand why you lost in
Yeah.
this game too, and like it makes you feel so dumb. Like why did I do that there? You know?
Yeah.
It's a lot more punishing on the person who
Who got punished?
punished.
Yeah.
Like
You go.
as like, you know,
Revenge.
obvious as that sounds.
Yep.
Like it's a game where the better player will win.
Yeah.
The better player will win. I mean, like Street Fighter 4, you don't have to be the better player. You just have to be the person who has like the better execution of the
Which
setup.
is what Daiko said.
That's
Yeah.
actually why I quit 4.
Yeah, like
Because
4 was like all the lab rats.
I felt so guilty whenever I would win.
Mhm.
Like I would beat John, Travis,
Miss that
a
guy.
lot of other people actually, and you know I thought of myself as a top player because I was playing with the top players and I would be able to beat them.
Mhm.
But then when I would talk to these guys, they knew more about the game than I did. The only difference was at the character select screen, right when I picked my character, I had already won.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take that, you know. It's
Yeah.
like I didn't want a character to win my games. I wanted to win the games on my own.
Yeah.
And as you guys are saying, you do win your games on your
Yeah,
own.
5. Yeah.
You know, it's not because I have this amazing vortex or
Right.
this amazing option select mix up that basically just
Wins,
takes you to
yeah.
the end of the game.
It's because you outplayed the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like matchups in the game are also important, but like with 5, the matchup is important, but it's not as much as like how can you like beat the matchup. Like I don't know if that sounded like, you know, right. I can't word it right, but like
Well,
it's more like how can you adapt to that person's
playstyle.
playstyle. Yeah. It's like because
It's not so much the character beats your character.
yeah, it's not so much like Yoon's gonna be every character because Yoon's just Yoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Evil Ryu's gonna be every character because Evil Ryu's
It's
Evil
more of
Ryu.
how their Yun's gonna be.
Like
your
Fong could
yeah.
beat Chun-Li.
Yeah.
If the player is good enough. Or Laura, like, you know,
Man.
these lower tier
Hearing
characters.
that
I say,
character's name makes my blood boil.
Laura? Yeah.
Fang,
Nash.
Nash,
Laura.
Bison.
Oh yeah.
You know, I give Laura a pass because
Oh, okay.
you play Laura and she's got big boobs.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it so much. Like
Yeah,
I like Spanish
Fang.
chicks. Man.
And like the reason, like, so I noticed like with like characters like Mika and Laura, like, cause I played Laura, you know, when I beat someone, they get so mad just because Laura is just like a ball of bullshit. She's like, she's
It's
a character.
basically the closest thing I've seen so far to a vortex.
Yeah.
She's set play. Like,
She's
set play the game.
bullshit because she's not really a fundamental Street Fighter. I mean, she is like when it comes to it, but like just so many tools that makes it so like you're just guessing now. Like it's not even like you just thinking or reacting. It's just you. Or she gonna grab? She's gonna elbow? She's gonna like meaty throw? She's gonna do meaty setup?
Yeah.
That's why people get so mad about that because like they're losing to just guessing instead of actually like, you know, reacting and thinking, oh, the person's gonna do this. I'm a better player. I could react to this. But now you can't because it's Laura and she just says a bunch of bullshit.
It's the same idea as Mika, except
Yeah.
Mika does more damage in little 50-50 guesses, right?
And her Oki's retarded. Dude.
Laura's just constant, okay, I'm going to keep putting it on, but
Yeah.
you have to take this setup over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Mika's like, okay, you can escape this, but if you guess wrong, you're going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, Mika's Oki's retarded.
Yeah.
Mika's Oki's so stupid.
So yeah, there is brainless characters in the game.
There are some
I'm guilty
there,
of playing one.
there's some bullshit in 5, but it's not as bad as it was in 4.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
in 4, if you played Seth, you could beat a lot of people just because you played Seth.
Mm.
You can't do that in 5 unless you're just that good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Man, Jason, if you're listening, dude, I think they're calling you out, man. Gotta level up that Ken, bro.
Because, especially with Ken too, because Ken, like, a lot of his stuff isn't safe. Like, I mean, I get so mad losing to Zach sometimes because I know I could punch. Ken's run, just counter hit no matter what button you press, just hit a button, you know, beat him. His overhead's punishable and block, but it's the fact I'm not beating these things and I'm losing to it.
Yeah.
It's making me even more mad because you know it's punishable and like it's not a good thing to do. But people get away with it all the time.
Yeah.
That's why 5 is like so salt inducing because you lose to things that you shouldn't be losing to. Just
Yeah.
because they're just the better player. The mind games are just strong.
And then, like, it exposes good players too, like when they don't know how to deal with lower level stuff. Yeah.
This sounds like a story, Becky.
Yeah,
Don't hold back.
Shinpolo has 2 tournaments. I have 2 tournaments.
Nah, see,
It almost feels like that shouldn't be, you know, it almost feels like you don't feel like that should be that way.
A lot of
I guess
stuff-
you could say that.
because okay, so see, this is not me putting Paulo on blast because he said it himself.
Yeah.
His fundamentals aren't as strong as a lot of people up here. He said it himself. I heard him, so don't deny it, Paulo. So
Yeah,
like,
well,
And
okay.
everybody agrees with me too.
yeah, because Paulo even like all of us plus himself knows that Paulo's fundamentals are not strong.
Yeah. Well, he's working on it.
He's working on
It's
it.
the things that aren't strong that are getting us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, if you're listening to this, improve me.
He's obviously
He's
good.
like, man,
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
gonna use more of that
He's
shit.
a good
Yeah,
player.
but-
Like he's a good gimmicky player. Like it gets him, but as mean as it sounds, there's a play style. People win with gimmicks. I'm saying like
Yeah,
Pepe Dye. He's 100% gimmicks.
Yeah.
Pepe Dye.
Yeah,
Ori
Ori
Watts. He wins there. Like playing gimmicky is a way to play the game. Like
yeah. Yep.
And like, I'm not taking away
It's
from Paul's
legit.
yeah, he's a good
It's
player.
legit.
It's just a legitimate
We got
player.
outplayed. That's why we lost.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
so
Yep.
Gimmicky sounds like a bad word, but it's in a way it's not because
Yeah.
it's the way you play the game. Like
We're just going to remove the bad connotation to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, Paulo's good,
Exactly.
like the way his play style is, like, gimmicky play style, it works.
It's
for
more
him.
like a solid gimmick.
yeah,
yeah.
solid
You
gimmick.
know, it's
yeah.
more of like a
unorthodox, we
mix.
call it.
Yeah. A very
Unorthodox.
unorthodox play like Pepe Dye, you know, playing El Fuerte. No one's ready for that shit. They just have to guess which way he's going.
Yeah.
Or he watch and he plays shit like Decap or Adon, you know. Or
Midgets.
midgets
in
too,
Marvel.
yeah, very gimmicky
Yeah.
type of thing,
Ori
but it
Watts,
works.
aka AKG I Bang Midgets.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to say, like,
Well,
like
so let's say.
when I say, when I give Paulo shit just because it's Paulo, like, I mean me just because it's Paulo, but, you know, we love Paulo. But, like, when I talk about his, like, the way he plays the game, I'm not trying to say that he's bad at it, it's just that I don't like the way he plays, but,
Yeah.
like, it works for him, you know? So
Exactly.
you don't have to like it.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no
But Milo just said, going back to the last topic, there's a reason why Johan can't touch his stuff.
Oh, that's another story.
That's another story, dude. Johan, man.
I'm gonna
And then, yeah, and then there's some players who are, like, not good until they flip the switch, and then they become the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Johan, that's his play style.
Yep, you gotta make
The
him
rare-
feel
the
like
rare
his
switch,
life is
yeah.
in danger.
Yeah, the
I
rare.
remember watching that against Young. Like, Johan could beat Daigo at that moment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, remember?
Like Johan actually has better execution than anybody up here.
Yeah.
And people just don't know it because Johan is usually sleeping.
Yeah.
You gotta wake up the beast.
He's like a mini JCS.
You said Johan, like, that's his personality too, Johan. Like, he's like, oh, just say some dumb shit. And then he gets serious for, like, 2 seconds, and then he's back to his dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and like he's turned Johan factor on against me before. I was like, how do I beat this?
Yeah,
guy?
no, when I
And then he
experienced
turns it
Johan-
off the next round. I'm like, where did that go?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when I play Johan and I've experienced Johan back, I'm like, dude,
It's like
I
this
thought you
guy's
were
gonna
bad.
win Evo. Yeah.
like, I thought you were a bad John. Like, I beat you all the time. What the fuck happened? And then, like, oh, watch next game. I'll do it again. He gets double picked.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
"Oh,
he
what
played
the
Abel,
fuck,
right?
man?"
And like you make the sickest reads, you know, mix ups and everything. And then, like you try to talk to him, dude, that was so sick. And he's like, And the
Literally the next round, like 2 seconds after that, like, oh, round 2 fight, he'll do the dumbest shit.
yeah, and he's like, after like being hella badass, like I'm like, dude, good shit. He's like, right?
Yeah, like, what the, like,
And then he fucking cracks his mouth.
like, this play style just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of when I was watching the stream where Young was playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it with Kellen and Jason. And they were surprised that I was getting pissed when Young would smile. Whenever I
It
see
makes me
them,
mad, dude.
Yeah, We know why. it
no,
gets you
no,
mad,
no.
yeah.
Like, I saw him smile and it made me mad because he was starting to get satisfied. You know, he was starting to feel himself. And Young is one of these players, just like Johan, where if he feels threatened, he plays so much
Yeah.
fucking better.
And this is why Evo, he will get beat really bad in our team money matches against other cities.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get really salty. He's like, hey, you want to play just one-on-one?
He'll
You know,
body
our team, and he'll
Yep.
beat
Yeah,
them.
when
And
he's
they're like,
like,
Young, play like that for us. He's like, you asshole.
I know, dude.
Well, I think
Yeah.
you can, in a team aspect, you also kind of have to inspire that in your teammates.
Mhm.
Like one time, me and Benny Camacho, aka
Grandmaster B.
Grandmaster B,
Grandmaster
dude.
B.
Daigo Slay down here.
Yeah.
You gotta round up Daigo.
Yeah.
I was like the sickest fucking.
Check it out. It's on
Basically
YouTube.
the Daigo Slay.
Like
Yeah.
the most like rarest occasions have happened. Like,
all in that one round.
Oh.
Against Daigo. It's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Actually, speaking of rare occasions, let me tell you guys. So, we were in a team tournament here at the dojo.
Yeah.
Long ass, I think it was actually still vanilla.
Yeah.
Like, before we went into super. And, me and Benny have been somewhat rivals, actually. It's kind of, like, I usually try to be rivals with people who play the characters that I play. So, like, Benki plays Ryu, I'm like, yeah. You know, but Benny is like E Honda, and he's like, come on, Highlander. I'm like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
But that actually eventually built up to quite a rivalry, to where this team tournament, he asked me if I could be his partner. And I was like, wow, I was really honored. But the thing was, we played the bracket, and I didn't even remember it. I was just really on point that night. I played all of my games, and I carried him to the finals. Finals was Neo and Yang. I ran out of juice already. I was tired as hell. You know, I was so out of my mind at it that I didn't realize that I actually carried him. I just played game. And now we're in the finals, and then in the finals I couldn't take either. Like, I could usually take one of them, but I couldn't take them anymore. And I told Benny that I was just tired. Like, if we could have like a 20-minute break or 30-minute break, I could be back. And then Benny was like, I got it, bro. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, dude. He asked me who I wanted to play. It's like, do you want Neo or Yang? And then he's like, just get them tired. I'm like, alright, bro. So I ended up playing Neo. And it went down to the last match, the last round. But I wasn't able to get him to the last hit of health, though. He was like half life, and then he killed me. Benny, we were in losers. Benny beat them both twice.
Yeah, dude.
To get out of losers.
Was that a friendly fire tournament?
This
No,
was
right here.
Dojo tournament.
Oh, Dojo, okay. Sick, dude.
So, shoutouts to Benny for
dude.
pulling that off. But, like, you know, I guess I didn't even hear the part of that story until a few years later. Benny told me that he felt so bad that he felt like he was letting me down, you know. And out of everybody at the time, he told me that, you know, I was his rival, so he didn't want me to be like, fucking Benny, man.
Yeah. He wanted to carry his weight.
Yeah, and dude, we got paid. We won that tournament against the Koreans, and how many people can say that they beat Team Rival?
Yeah, Team Rival, yeah.
That's a legendary team,
Yep.
dude.
Yang Neo,
Circa the Rambats at Plane Trade, the 2v2 Rambats.
Yeah.
Team Rival won every one of those. Good times, dude.
But I do hope that someday, you know, it's like we'll be able to inspire those guys to, you know, play better in those team tournaments. But like, from what I heard, you know, you were there. How did these go? Because from what I heard, it wasn't very good for AKG.
So the first time we did it, it was terrible. You know?
09 or
2010.
2010.
Or, yeah, whenever we started. I think 2011 was the first time we did team money matches.
Oh, okay.
But it's gotten better every time we played.
Good.
Last year, San Diego, one of the strongest regions in America. We went 5-3.
Who did they have?
This random soccer player that I beat. I think his name's Legend. Alexis, which is this Viper player. Mexico Hugo. That was really good. Yeah, we don't know who that guy was. SD Pinoy. Probably one of the top 3 Bisons in Street Fighter 4 in America. And then Tempest, which is one of the top Vegas from NorCal. Right? We went 5-3 against them.
Nice. You guys took it?
No.
Oh.
Or 3-5, sorry.
3-5, okay.
But that was a bet, like, against NorCal? Like, Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah, dude.
Against NorCal.
And
Who'd have
NorCal,
thunk it?
like,
You know, NorCal's more exactly.
NorCal, SoCal, like really strong. You know,
Strong,
Very
like,
strong.
yeah.
Even in Tekken. I got schooled by both NorCal and SoCal.
Yeah, NorCal, SoCal, they have a really good fighting.
You play Rip?
No, actually, I got schooled by NorCal's Bronson.
Bronson
legend.
Tran?
Yeah.
The legendary Bronson?
Bronson took the time to teach me things while I was at EVO 2010.
Bronson,
This tournament, yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Really awesome.
Respectful man, yeah.
But
And Banky's hella good.
Yeah.
Hella.
No, ever since like Tekken 3, dude, it's been a monster. But yeah, dude, like it's cool to see improvement every time. And then, but Yang was always, he's like, oh, whatever. Like I'll just play this.
Really?
And he's every money match we've had, and we want Yang on our team. We've had to wait for him to get there. Everyone's like, dude, where's your last guy? Like, oh, he'll be here soon. He said he's on the way an hour ago.
Dude.
He's like
the hero has to
VIP,
make
yeah.
the
And
entry.
he comes in, he's like, okay, you guys ready to play? And I'm like, yeah, dude. That's fucking 2 hours, man.
Fucking young.
Yeah, and
Dude,
then
he
I
was
guess
too busy signing autographs
Yeah.
and getting pussy.
Right?
It's like being,
Dragon God.
yeah,
Dragon
being
God.
the Dragon God is kind of
It's kind of a big
exhaustive
deal.
work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we lost that. He
Yeah.
plays the guys that he lost to in Team Money Match. And bobs him. I'm
Yeah.
like, and me, Ori, Bomber, Benny are like, thanks, Young.
Yeah, like,
Your money back, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think
Dude.
there's anyone else that we know that play like it has that flip of the switch type of ordeal going on. Like Johan Young, that's really it.
Yeah, everyone's a pretty constant. Like,
Yeah, and there's no one who just like turns on the switch and then all of a sudden become like the most
Yeah.
godlike person. in the
Slay
world.
Mago.
Slay a Mago.
Yeah, slay him
How
on.
does a man slay a god? That's the
He
next
must be a
episode.
god himself.
Is Young next
It's a god versus a god, man.
Yeah.
The Dragon God versus the 2D God. So.
Oh yeah, Young's gonna be back soon, right?
Yep, and
Judy.
then after that, it's going to be you.
Oh shit.
And we've covered you quite a bit today, too.
Yeah. I
I hope you don't run out of shit to
I-
talk
It's
about.
a
Yeah.
half Banky, half Artie episode.
I have so much. Yeah, well, me and Banky, like it's not. Really, I wasn't there at the start, but I was there, like
Yeah.
sort since
Yeah,
I'm on,
I
so
know.
I've,
And it's
I've-
actually
I've-
nice to have had this kind of like a mirror, It's
Yeah.
like we talk about how Banky did this, but then, you would also
The
come
new
in
stuff,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
show how you were able to
Yeah,
do
like-
that. Or,
Like, and I consider Banky my rival, but he's always beating me more than I beat him. Like it's like 70-30 in like any game like overall. But
oh
like
man, I remember that set that you guys played in Marvel, dude. That was a long ass set, $100.
The $100 one?
Oh yeah, dude.
Face off too.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
on.
It was like 15-8 or something. I got bodied.
That was the Dragon.
Like I didn't get to watch it live, but
See, people are like the what made me mad is that people are like $100. Why'd you money match? Like it's $100. Who cares? Like I'll make that the next day will work. Like I'm not afraid to lose $100 to someone I respect.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's $1 or $100.
Yeah.
The first money match that I had was Benny.
Yeah.
Benny wanted to money match me for $1, dude.
Yeah.
I put my dollar down. He put his dollar down. It scared the shit out of me,
Yeah.
dude. Like I was so nervous. It felt like I was in grand finals.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really close set too at Cho's house. But since you,
Show's house.
yeah, Cho,
Forgot about the sessions.
we're going to talk about that too. But on Cho's episode,
Yeah.
because we're going really long today.
An hour, 2.5 hours though, I think.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's how podcasts usually go though. I know a lot of podcasts that go for like a long time.
Oh, actually, what team? Milo is asking what team did you guys freak out when Infill came in with Young Ones?
That was NorCal as well, the year before.
Oh, okay.
So,
NorCal. Oh yeah, I heard this story.
so we're all chilling in the room with NorCal when we're waiting for Young, right? Or no, we're hanging out with Infiltration. He's Young friends with them. Right, so he's chilling in our room eating pizza with us.
Yep.
You know, being a cool guy.
Who stole
and,
his pizza?
Wes Smith.
Wes Smith, the legend.
Some catch can.
Continue, bro.
Anyway.
Pitch kid.
So yeah, we're waiting like, hey NorCal, you guys want to play? Yeah. So they come over to our room, and we hear a knock. We're busy playing. Infiltration just sitting back there watching us, and we're like, oh, Infil, can you grab the door? He's like, oh, yeah. He goes, he opens up the door. We said Alaska only. He said, what's he doing on your team? And we're like,
He's
oh, he's not playing with us yet.
Oh man.
I wanted to say like, yeah. Dude,
This
like,
is
he's
why
Alaska.
you guys should have had JTM in that room.
Yeah, oh, he moved on, and this is when the Infiltration didn't speak English.
Yeah, I
So
know.
JTM could have said any of the
He
shit.
was like,
he
Yeah.
wanted.
yeah, dude, Evolution, you live in Alaska for a couple years now. We're growing up with the high school and all that
Yeah.
bullshit. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how y'all knows him.
He
man.
actually knows a little Korean too, so he would be
Yeah.
able to tell Infiltration to smile and nod.
Yeah.
And I would have stayed quiet the whole time, like,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
happened.
there are certain times that you have to let certain people
Yeah.
talk.
so he's like, what the hell, man? We said Alaska only. I was like, well, he is Alaska. But yeah, that's what happened. Sorry for the tangent.
That's dope.
What
That's
were we talking about before that? Oh, the mirroring thing. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like everything Banky's been through, not all of it, but most of it, I've seen.
Yeah.
Because, I'm always around, and I've been here since 2009, so.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been wanting to give Banky that legendary.
Yeah, dude. With braces. No, but like AKG, we're a big family, you know. So like we're always all around each other all the time.
I mean, as you've heard Banky say, or Raph say, we're pretty much all brothers. Dude.
Yeah.
It's
Like Bill's like my little brother.
No, Bill's my fucking little brother. I can kick his ass all the time.
Yeah.
Dude. Like
Every time he beats me, dude. Fuck you, Bill.
Nah, dude, Bill never beats me. Only in Marvel where he like completely bodies me. Like that's only in tournaments too. Like out of tournament, I beat Bill more than he beats me. But in tournaments when he turns on this fucking switch.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to share my favorite Raph Kaiser Bill story. So I'm over there, we're in the dojo right now. I was right over there on the other side where we are.
Oh, this is
studying
like
my friend
the first,
data.
second time we played with
Yeah.
Bill.
And they were playing some Tekken over here. It was Bill playing against Kaiser and Raph. They were trying to beat him. And I'm studying up. I'm like, this is cool. Get to relax. And then I hear Bill go, "Kitsu!"
Yeah. Yeah. Kaiser got destroyed.
I look over, and man, you just see the murderous intent in these guys' faces and in their eyes. They're just like, this fucking kid.
Yeah.
And, I often attribute them switching fighting games from Tekken because of that particular instance.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
No, I was. Bill was the reason why I wanted to get better at Tekken. Because I could not stand losing to that guy ever. Like I don't care what game it is. That's why I piss off so much in Melee.
Yeah.
Because like he plays this game like he actually trains and stuff. He's like PR ranked, what the fuck they call it. But he never beats me. I just pick June if he can't beat me. He never beats me. And
He gets pretty upset too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He gets so many like could you GG's Bill? You fucking suck. He's like shut up, Raph. He pulls the remote and just walks away. I'm like, sorry Bill. I thought you were good.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've had to deal with Bill's salt a few times too.
I love Bill Salty. I love making him mad. It's like
Whenever I beat him in tournament in Marvel, he seemed just confused. He's like, oh, okay, like he's always just like, oh yeah, good game. He's like, yeah.
I love Bill, man. Bill's one of my favorite
Like,
people.
yeah, eventually they'll get to that point, where they're like, he's still growing, dude.
Yeah, he started when he was
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, he's like. I mean, I'm not that old compared to you guys too. Like I started around.
Yeah, dude. Like
I'm still pretty young, but
I was about to say, like, you're still growing.
Yeah.
Banky's still growing. I'm still growing.
Yeah.
Everybody in AKG.
We
is
are
still,
but men.
Yeah.
but like that's why I like Bill so much because like me and him started around the same time and I beat him in my games, he beat me in his games, so it's like we just go back and forth. And he's the only person in AKG like I legitimately like to piss off. Like I love pissing off Bill, dude. It's so fun. Maybe it's because he's younger than me and I think he's like I treat him like a little brother.
Yeah.
That I never had, but it's so fun pissing him off, dude.
So he's the little brother who annoys the shit out of you when he beats you, that you want to annoy the shit out of him when you're beat.
Yeah. So I give Bill a lot of shit, but I like Bill. Bill's one of my favorite people out here.
Yeah.
That's why I miss Dan too. Man, it was me, Dan, and Bill all the time.
Dan the man kid.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it was me, Dan, and Bill like played games together for like the longest time.
And hopefully we get to see him in July. So
Oh,
he's
nice.
planning to go to Evo.
Oh, okay. No.
And plus Zach, me, Dan, Bill, Zach. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's us four. That was my first.
Your first group.
First group because when Dan came into the scene of Marvel, I liked playing with Dan a lot because one, he was funny. Two, we studied and like his personality is hilarious. And three, he was actually good at the game. So I was like, okay, so there's another guy who's actually good that I can learn from. Who plays Zero, so I could beat Bill.
Yeah. The thing about Dan, he would no matter what time of the day it is, no matter what day it was, and the conditions outside, he's like, oh yeah, I'll come play some games.
Yeah.
Like it'd be a blizzard at like 4 in the morning, dude, on a Wednesday night.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we text, I'm like, I'm really bored. Dan, come play games with me. Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay.
You know, like,
I
you never slept. Like any time of the day you want to play games. You know.
Yeah.
Like Dan, don't you work? Not right now.
I miss Dan, dude.
Dan lived with me for about a couple months before he left to California.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And man, when he wasn't here learning how to play Tekken or playing Hearthstone with me, teaching me how to play Hearthstone, he was out there somewhere playing
You
some
that tier
game,
1 or
kicking
Zach's house.
somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think my greatest memory with Dan is it does a lot, but one of them is when I got
When you
this.
guys had sex?
Yeah. You got me there.
What was the second favorite?
We're playing Melee at tier 1 and we're just playing casual on the side. And okay, so Dan's a god at Melee, dude. He's so good. And I'm just random Jigglypuff player, just doing the sickest rest reads. I get down with the sickest rest read on the platform, dude. Like he rolled and like he like rolled back again. I read the second roll. And I was like, boom, and Dan's like, holy shit, Rap! He dropped his remote. I was like, yeah. He's like, dude, Rap, you're a fucking god. And I played the next like Jacob Hanky, and I got mine. The Jacob Hanky's too good at it.
Sure, you're good.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna have to close it out soon.
Yeah, that's fine. 3 hours. Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay, man. Podcast is supposed to be longer.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So, I have one of these questions that it was faded out a little bit, just like I am. So, you know, what's the grand stage for you, Banky? Like, if you were going to be, like, your dream match, like the dream tournament match, if this would be the last game you ever played, which stage would you play it on?
Evo for Stego.
I was gonna say, I think you know the answer. I think you guys know the answer.
Okay,
already.
but why? You know, like, I know...
Evo has such a prestigious title
Yep.
to it, and Evo's my favorite tournament to go to every year.
I love this.
I get to go with all my friends, you know, that's what makes it good, like, the best experience for me.
Dude.
Like, I go with my family there, and then I love fighting games. I'm just surrounded by fighting games, you know, and, like, everybody's watching Evo.
Yeah.
And that is my favorite player in, like, fighting game history. I get to play, like, the guy that inspired me to play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So.
Now, obviously, you would want to slay the beast.
Yes, of course.
Now, since, you know, this is a dream match, are you in winners or are you in losers?
From losers would make it even better for me.
Oh, yeah?
Dream match, yeah. I come back and beat Daigo. So.
Now, is that your preference in a tournament as well? Do you prefer
No.
to be in danger?
I get mentally broken really easy in majors.
Okay.
I prefer to see in winners. Like,
okay. What about local?
Local? I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Like I could go either way. That's one of the things I need to work on. So
Okay.
like in bigger tournaments, like if I lose, you know, the first game, if I lose the first round, I already like give myself doubts. So, which is a really bad habit.
How do you approach your training to a tournament? You know, we all have different training methods.
Any tournament or like a major, or like
major. Like
major,
when you're like serious enough to want to kill someone.
it's really just like I try not to get mind broken is the thing.
Okay.
Because for the game, I learn everything I can.
Sure.
But then I'm like, okay, I feel like I can't learn anymore.
I noticed
the only thing I can do is mental.
I noticed a lot with
So
Banky.
how do you help yourself mentally?
Practice like anxiety exercises, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Just like
Would you like to share one of those?
self positivity.
Okay.
I guess self encouragement.
Yeah.
Just like if
That's actually a really good one because in high school we had this class taught about like, you know, all the issues teenagers go through, and just telling yourself that you're good enough or like just positive stuff. That's probably like the biggest way to help yourself out through like a lot of shit.
And through personal experience, I know that it helps.
Yeah.
Because right before I sit down to a match, I don't know the guy that's sitting by me. I plug in our control, I shake his hand, like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too because that goes back to the players who have that mentality, like the loser mindset. Like if you just tell yourself you're good enough, you will get so much more like results. Yeah. Like it's just telling yourself good shit, like good stuff. Like
I haven't talked to anybody about
one of
this.
the greatest things ever.
Like going on camera and being like, oh man, I'm so
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
The Oreo Watts, dude.
The Oreo Watts, dude.
Yeah. Nipples.
Yeah, like you can have like the shittiest day, but the moment like I can have like the worst day, but on stream, I just make myself look good. I'm like, yeah, I feel better now. Like if I like some days I'll have a bad day going to a tournament and then I see a stream, oh, I can commentate, and I'll just feel way better about myself already because you know I just make myself look funny on stream and stuff. Say it's a bunch of bullshit.
The thing that makes me really
positive reinforcement.
The thing that makes me really nervous at majors is like, I know at home like I'm considered kind of like, you know, one of the stronger guys.
Dude, you're a legend.
Right, and then
you're easily considered the best player by a lot of people.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
just let him
go
to
a major, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to let you guys down. I get nervous, and I'm like, people are watching me, and they're probably, I don't want them to think I'm bad. You know, that was my biggest hurdle for me for the longest time.
And with you especially, like it's really noticeable because I see it a lot.
Yeah.
It's like when you lose to me or someone, like I just see that you think too much.
Yeah.
You just stay silent. Like, yeah, he's thinking about it. Mm-hmm. He's too broken. Like it's kind of obvious, like when it happens too.
Yeah.
Like, you can see it in your face. Like.
And you can see like if you watch my Evo gameplay videos or whatever.
Yep.
You see I play really nervously.
Mm-hmm.
Like because through my mind at first I was like, I don't want people to think I'm bad at the game. Yeah. But then I in the end I'm like that doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. It's about self improvement and everything.
Well, see, I have a similar experience. whenever I went to Evo, I actually went alone for Tekken. Like, I didn't have my guys, you know, that I could fall back on. It's like, if I get bodied, maybe my homie will do better.
Yeah.
I went there alone, and in my mind, I had a snowflake on my back. That was AKG.
Is that the costume you did for?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, that's the
If you
costume,
guys
right?
see any of my footage, whenever I get to play my costumes, I have a snowflake on my back. The snowflake represents AKG. And instead of like, you know, instead of making that a heavy weight, you know, like a burden that pulls me down, I actually thought about it as something that lifts me up. You know, I think about like, earlier when we were talking about Tekken, you guys didn't, you know, you didn't tell me that I was full of shit when I was hella feeling it, you know? It's like you guys believe in me.
Yeah.
And it would be that belief that I take in. You know, I'm thinking about like, at first I was really worried, you know, it's like, how am I going to do against these guys? You know, I know how to beat everybody, like you guys said, local. But going into this, I hadn't traveled in so long. You know, I had experience traveling in the Philippines where we own the Philippines. So I was like, AKG has to do the same thing. We need to own America. So that was the mission going down there. And going down there, I was actually really scared. I had to talk to Mark. My hands were trembling the whole time because I kept thinking about what if I let them down.
Right.
You know, like, what if I can't live up to who they think I am?
Yeah. Same.
And,
That's the same thoughts I have.
Yeah. And Mark told me that there's a reason why. You know, there's a reason why we think you're hella good. You know, and it's not just our excuse of like, Banky beat us again. You know, like we got to play Street Fighter 5. Like the first few times that I played, you were like the 5th or 6th person that I got to play. And when I played you, you know, I'm gonna tell you both, and everybody else who's listening, I get salty whenever I lose. Every time. It doesn't matter if I know you're better. You know, and I think that salt is really important. But Mark told me that people believe in me for a reason, you know, and I have to believe in whatever reason that is, regardless if I know it or not.
Anime.
Yeah.
So I put that snowflake on, you know, I put the whole AKG, everybody, even if you don't play Tekken, I put that on my back, and I don't let it wear me down. It makes me feel like I'm 100 times better than what I really am.
Yeah, it's funny because some of those games you throw the snowflake at them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, eat it, bitch!
Fuck AKG. I'll put it back on.
Actually, when I throw AKG, in my mind, it symbolizes that I'm asking for you guys' energy. Like how Goku would be like, yep, that's my smartphone.
Like, fuck you, AKG! Go AKG!
So yeah, you know, charge that spirit bomb, dude. Like, we believe in you for more than one reason. And, dude, you've proven yourself 100 times over.
I tried to.
Yeah, dude. No, well, you've already achieved
Yeah.
that, and you're still doing it. You know, you still have that hunger. And that's, you know, that's really an awesome thing to have. I want to talk to you about your blindfold training.
Oh,
You did blindfold.
yeah.
All right.
Forgot about that.
Let me talk to you about this a little bit, Raph. Well, he's, you know, I'll give you guys the intro, the footnotes. So like, I always ask people, how do you train? How do you learn this shit? Banky, you've seen him. Timing, perfect.
Yeah.
I call Banky the human lag testing machine.
Human lag testing machine.
I put him on the station, and I'm like, play this, Banky. Do your shit. You're dope as shit. And if he can't do it, it's not his fault. This is how much I believe in Banky.
That's not.
Every time we get a new monitor, he's like, hey, Banky, come over, I have a monitor test. I was like, okay.
It's a combo.
Yeah.
Your job is TV's fault.
So one day I asked Banky, how do you get your combos down so well? You know, because I was having trouble landing, you know.
Crouching fierce after forward fierce?
Yeah, crouching fierce after forward fierce, or even just like 2 crouching mediums into a sweep.
This is in 4, right?
Yeah, this is in 4. And he told me that what he would do is he would take the red bandana that Cho gave him. Ken gave him.
So
And
anime,
instead of
dude.
putting it on his forehead, he put it over his eyes.
Anime guys.
And then he would
Anime.
play blindfolded, learning how to do the combos
By
by
sound.
sound.
Yeah. Kind of a bad habit, but like
not a
eventually
bad habit,
it becomes muscle memory,
Yeah.
which is like, if you have muscle memory, you can do your combos on any, any lag
on command.
on command. Yeah, like any amount of lag because it's the same timing
Yeah.
on the stick,
Yeah.
and that really
So
helps.
how did you get that principle? Like, how did you get this idea?
I was just like, oh,
It makes sense.
I should be able to do my combos to the point I don't need to look at the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, I should try that. First I looked down and I did. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna blindfold myself, see what happens. And I would try to do the combo 10 times in a row, right? Then I can hear like if I drop the combo because the block sound is different than hitting, right? So I just went with that. And then the last tournament, I didn't realize like I was playing Nash against Roderick. I hit a combo. I look at someone and talk to them, and I went back to the Nash. Roderick was like, "Dude, you didn't even look at the screen when you hit me with that." I was like, "I'm so sorry." I apologize to him. He's like, "Dude, you didn't fucking look at the screen doing that."
So
He was upset, man.
disrespectful.
I didn't need to do because like someone said something caught my ear. I was like, oh yeah, man, that's that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't notice I did it.
Wow.
But yeah, that was
That's
that.
one of the things, dude. Like the amazing legends of Banksters.
There's many AKG legends.
Like
man.
I have actually told this to a lot of people. It's like, one of the ways that I got Young Hove to get better was that I would tell him, Banky can do that with his eyes closed, right?
Yeah, man, AKG has so much history in it, man.
Yeah, there's
It's
so much
crazy.
history.
And every person has so much to tell.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, everyone has their own story.
And Jason was one of like my students for a while. Always, hey Banky, you wanna play? Hey, you wanna play? Like all the time,
Yeah.
So,
This
and
Jason was just that guy.
Yeah.
He was just there.
then,
Like Jason was good and he was just there. Like,
and then like he ended up
Jason's
being really good. He used to be a legendary online warrior. Young
Yeah.
Hove.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Pad
I
gun.
remember the only reason why I let this guy here was because you asked me.
And oh yeah, I was like, dude, get that Young Hove guy over to your house, man. I want to play against him.
Actually, you said I want to kick the shit out of
Yes,
him.
that's it. No, I was just saying the polite way.
I know, dude. He doesn't mind.
Jason
I've
knows. No,
told him
Jason
the
knows.
story.
You probably just laughed it off.
Oh yeah, Jason's awesome.
Yeah,
Jason's a
we
cool
love
man.
Jason.
Yeah, I love Jason. He's cool, dude.
So yeah, do you have any, words of advice for anybody who's getting into it now, or maybe somebody will be watching this
Watch
like
that
a
go.
year
Watch that guy.
later? Watch that go.
No, number one tip, don't get discouraged, guys. There's too many new players now. Like right now, they're like, oh,
It's so common
I picked up
right
Street
now.
Fighter,
Yeah.
and I can't
I
win.
can't even Hadoken, so they
Yeah,
give up on
I
it.
can't win. Like Rome was not built in a day.
Exactly.
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I take the same philosophy in lifting. Like all those big guys, they were my size ones.
Yep.
You know?
Same here,
I
like
started
I was,
with the fives.
Yeah, I was never good till Street Fighter 5 came out, so
Yeah, and now you're one of the top players.
yeah.
So it just takes work and time, and do your homework if you want to get better.
Yeah.
So,
Don't be like me where I just I don't practice. I just read the person. Yeah, like that only gets you so far, man.
Yeah.
that's a big part of fighting games.
That's
so.
very, very important though.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh yeah,
underestimate
learning how to read people is very important.
Yeah,
That's like 90% of my game is just reading people.
it's a good skill to have, man.
Alright. Anything else you guys want to say before we go?
If you are in the Alaska area, please come to BLF.
Oh yeah, BLF this
BLF
weekend.
too.
Yeah, thank you for
Saturday,
tuning in.
Sunday.
Make sure you guys subscribe to AKG Tekken, also Alaska Gamers.
Yeah.
When's your next episode, Mike?
Next.
The next episode that I have planned is on June 17th.
June 17th. And who's going to be on?
It's Young and
Young
who's
Shin.
the co-host? Young and John.
Yep, we will have.
John.
Oh, there's a lot of history of those guys.
The
man.
Young and John.
The Young Slayer.
You'll get a
You'll
good
get
story
a
because
handful
John
of
is a good talker. John is a
Especially when like you have Young, someone that he's beaten.
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
Young
Right.
could not be John Turner.
Yeah, like
Ridiculous.
me and John talked for like hours on end before. Like
Yeah.
John's a good talker, so you'll get a good story out of him.
One of my favorite people.
Yeah, John. Yeah, exactly. Like when we're down, we just talk to John.
Yeah.
Just say something stupid and
Exactly.
make you laugh.
Exactly.
Like,
Shout outs to John.
watch the AKG stream archives for me and John's intense
epic.
talk about
You won't
Epic
get.
legendary.
Yeah, you just get tentacle.
comment.
the legendary commentary of John Con and me, dude. That was so fun. It's okay. So like, you can get mad at people. Got mad at that, but it was like an 8-hour. It was till 3 a.m. from like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
It was a
For
long.
face-off?
No, it was the. There was a 2-on-2 before that, and there was a Marvel tournament.
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
yeah.
There was Marvel 2-on-2, and then Marvel like full bracket.
Yeah.
2-on-2 forever.
Yeah.
And my piece on that was, people were mad about, you guys making fun of what's going on instead of being super technical.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like you said, it had run so long. You live in Alaska, dude. You probably know your tech more than we know your tech.
Yep.
And you probably understand the other guy's tech way more than we do. So if you're trying to go back and learn something from the commentators, I mean, dude, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you
it's like,
learn from your own mistakes.
unless I mean, at the time they were the top 2 players.
Ori and Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time, they were the top 2.
those
So
two.
it's like, can we really teach them anything?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
John doesn't even fucking play
Doesn't
Marvel.
play
Yeah,
Marvel.
dude. And another thing is that no one else wanted to talk on the mic, so
Yeah.
someone had to talk. And,
Yeah, I mean,
it was just me and John.
Dude,
It's
it was
usually-
funny as hell.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Every second. I've watched that thing like 10, 20 times.
Me, John, and Zach talked about eating ass during Street Fighter for like an hour on that last stream of 2015.
Yeah, if you put me on the commentary mic, dude, you're gonna have a good time. Just saying, like I can talk about anything and everything. Just bring up a conversation, and I'll be glad to talk about it, dude. I can talk about Caitlyn Jenner if you want me to, and how that makes the world go round.
Yeah, closing words. Thank you, Mike, for having me.
Oh,
on
dude,
the first
thanks
episode. I'm
for
honored.
being
Yeah,
here,
thank you.
Arden,
guys.
thank you for co-hosting.
Yeah, no problem. Also,
Thanks to everybody who
last
listened.
note for BLF: sign up early if you want to save $10, man.
I
Yeah.
have till
Smash.gg/BLF, or
Uh-huh.
if you're in Anchorage, go to
BLF 2.
YogurtWorks.
Yeah.
Oh, BLF 2, sorry. And if you're in Anchorage, go to YogurtWorks. You could pre-register there.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm excited for the Street Fighter tournament there. Fuck you, Paulo is another.
Oh, wait. In the
Okay.
Avoiding the Puddle podcast, at the end of it, there's bitch calling.
Bitch calling. What's that?
Everybody gets to
Oh,
call
it's like
somebody
K-Brad's
out.
front
Oh,
list.
we call someone a bitch.
Okay. Somebody told me that we should do this, and since Banky wanted to call
Yeah, let's do
somebody
it.
out, you get to go first, Banky. You get to tell us why you think this guy is a bitch.
Oh shit. We already know who it is. Let's do it. Thank you. Oh, my trunks.
No,
broke.
I gotta pick one.
Do my trunks.
Wait, it's not Paolo? Shin Paolo isn't the bitch?
No, because I call him a bitch to his face already, man. I mean,
Okay,
we all love Paulo.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
about
but-
you, Raph?
Oh, wait, I got it. Wait, I got my person. I got my
Okay,
person.
okay.
I love you, dude. But Ellie, stop being such a fucking
Bitch.
stop being so cocky, dude. Like, you're gonna get your humble pie.
Yeah, dude.
Ego,
Ellie,
you
yeah.
know?
That was gonna be my person.
And
At
then,
the same time, yeah.
so at this last tournament, Ellie, if you're watching, man, again, I love you, but come on, dude.
I didn't mean to call you a bitch, but that was the word that just came out of my mouth.
This,
No, I meant to call
this,
you
it's the segment. This is the segment of the show.
the bitch calling.
So the past couple weeks, I've been asking him, like, oh, you worry about this? He's like, no, I'm the best in the state. I'm
Him
the-
and every Smash 4 player, dude. You guys are so cocky.
Jealous.
It's so. I beat some of you guys and I haven't even played the game, dude. Just stop being so
No, let
cocky.
me finish This
Sorry.
last tournament I went
It gets
to.
me heated, man.
By the way, these opinions are all individual.
Yeah. This does not represent Mike Magno's.
It's not. It's just this is my
Yeah.
opinion and Banky's own opinion.
So this last tournament I went to, I asked Lando, Lando, should I enter Smash 4? Like, I haven't played a game forever, whatever. And he's like, you know what, I haven't either. And I was like, yeah, I'll enter if you enter. He's like, fine, let's do it. I ended up beating like hella good dudes, right? I get to, and I asked Ellie before, I was like, Ellie, should I play Smash 4? He's like, oh, if you want to donate to my fund. I was like, alright, buddy. I enter the tournament, I beat these good dudes, I lose to one of my good friends. And I get to Ellie in losers, right? So I'm fucking around game 1, I pick one of my other characters, and he picks one of his other characters. I switch to Ryu. I beat him game 2, and then game 3 he picks as his main Donkey Kong. And I almost beat him, and like, he says, wow, this is unnecessarily hard. Like,
No,
in the
it's
middle of
not
the game.
unnecessarily hard. Banky
And
said-
I'm like, why? Like, why do you need to say that? You know?
Yeah, drop that cocky attitude. Because once you get bodied, because you will get bodied at Evo by a pro. Like, okay, you're good, Ellie. But once you get to fighting the pros, they will show you in
Can I
like,
make 2 callouts?
Sure,
Smash
bro.
4 community.
yeah.
When
Raph
DK
already called
When
them
Yeah.
DK Wall gets here, y'all are fuck, dude. Like,
I hope
it's
he bodies
terrible.
all you guys, dude. That's like you guys are like, oh man, I just
Prove me wrong, like I will stay quiet
yeah.
for like a day.
If you
Like-
prove me wrong, I don't give a shit. I'll still talk shit, but
Yeah.
like,
If you guys
I'll
prove
be like,
them
cool.
wrong, they're gonna streak the UAA campus.
Yeah, pretty much. I've done that already, so I mean, no.
There we
I'm
go.
kidding.
Dude, I'll streak downtown,
We're gonna
man.
stream this event too if it happens.
I'll streak in some of it.
I mean, you
again,
can't
but
see
it's
my
like a
dick
graduation
anyway.
ball.
No.
No, but like, you guys are so cocky. It's actually unbelievable. Like I'm a cocky dude. Like I think I'm gonna. But I'm not cocky to the point where I think I can beat the best in the world. Like, come on now. But my bitch call is you, Bill, because you're never around anymore, and you're a little faggot who thinks he's good at every game. So.
Damn, that's straight to the point.
Wow.
Dear host Mike Magno, do you have any bitch callouts for this week?
Oh, man, I'm in too many negative phrases.
Nah, I love it, Bill.
We had to pick one.
Bill, you're good, Bill.
Bill, I love you. Artie loves you. LA, we love you,
We love
man.
you guys, but we just sometimes.
You're just
man,
part of the bitch call of this week.
Sometimes,
bitch
yeah,
calling.
bitch call of the week.
Yeah,
But no, it's
actually-
Bill, man. He's never around anymore. I fucking hate
I
that guy.
do have a bitch calling.
Let's hear
But
it,
it's
dude.
more, it's kind of vague though, you know, it's more universal.
Mhm.
If you motherfuckers say you play a game that's on BLF, why the fuck aren't you signed up yet?
That's a good
You
question.
afraid I'm gonna take your money in Tekken?
I'm one of the heads. I'm one of the
I'm
guys
not
running
playing
deal.
Tekken, so it's free money for everybody.
Yeah, he knows.
You
And he
know,
knows.
it's like, yeah, Banky's already signed up for it. He's gonna fucking down for it.
And he knows the people who haven't signed up.
Yep.
I called you out outside of the show.
Yeah.
You guys
So-
should know already.
You know, one thing that I do have to say, you know, before we close off, is that I think BLF actually has a lot of potential. You know,
I agree.
think I already told you guys this, but we already have pros for Smash coming up, and we're just so lucky that it happens that Jibbo is up here. But that means that we have a Street Fighter Pro come up as well. Now, in a few years, you know, from now, if we are able to keep this up, if you guys support this event, you know, and show them that you guys want to play fighting games with the best players in the world, eventually we'll probably have Daigo up here. You know, we'll
That
we'll
means
have Nii from Tekken, you know, and the best thing that could happen is we would be so big, you know, the event would be so big. You know, I have no stake in this event.
We get Sullivan.
It's like I'm going to sign up to go there and help these guys out. So I'm gonna, you know, pay the fee or whatever it is to go there, lend one of my setups, tell people that they're up, and mumble to myself how bad they suck. Hey, I can't play it, I'm salty. But, you know, I'm encouraging everybody not to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking sign up for BLF, because, you know, someday that's going to be an important event.
Yeah.
You know, it is already a very important event
For our last
to
one,
us.
yeah.
You
For
know,
our last one, it's
one.
very
In
important.
Tekken community, we haven't seen you guys congregate for a tournament in a long ass time.
Yeah, dude, like,
I
come
want
on,
to see,
guys.
like the last time everybody was there, like Alex, Mark, and everyone. It was a really hype tournament. you
Yeah.
know,
Well, it
like,
was fun.
It was
It
really fun.
I enjoyed that.
And like, and it rarely happens, is the thing.
Yeah, when it happens, that's when I like truly enjoy Tekken too.
Yeah.
It's like I don't.
And honestly, I love watching you guys
Yeah.
more than I love watching like high level top player Tekken. Like watching you guys is the
So
most
fun.
fun to me.
So fun, dude.
Especially
Like,
when
yeah.
John is talking.
Yeah, like Mark versus Greg face off 2. That was one of my favorite
shit,
matches to
yeah,
watch.
dude.
Oh, that was so hype.
Yeah.
Dude. It was so close.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, back to you, Bill. Play 5, Bill. I fucking hate you, man. I never see you anymore, so I can't talk
He
shit.
plays Nash, dude.
I know. You plays Nash?
Yep.
Nasty, now you're even more of a little bitch, dude. But
So, yeah.
Thank you guys for sitting with us for
Thank you very
3
much.
hours,
Yeah,
guys.
dude.
3
Thank you.
hours.
Yeah,
So,
it's
and
the first
some
episode of
change.
many.
We will see you June 17th.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, so
17th.
I'll put it up. You guys can
Sounds good.
follow updates for the podcast
Mhm.
on
Are you gonna post the vlogs?
Facebook.com/AKG Dojo Declassified.
And also try to follow us on YouTube.com/AlaskaGamers.
Yeah, and
We
you
have
know, if you
there.
guys are in Alaska, you guys happen to run into the stream, join the Facebook community as well. The Facebook.com/AKGFGC. You know, it's really important that people come together so you guys can level up with us. You know, we'll all make each other better. We'll make you more badass than you are. Except for Jamal Bush. There's no fucking hope for that.
Oh, dude, he's a legend, man.
I hope he comes to BLF too.
Dude, forever bitch called in this podcast.
Every episode.
You just have to assume Jamal Bush, Doomsday. Fuck you!
Yeah, Jamal Bush, Tuesday, and every episode I'm calling you a bitch. I'm just saying.
Alright. So let's end it on like a non-salty thing.
Personal shoutouts to Milo and Gavin for staying
Yeah,
with
dude.
us.
Yeah.
And making some
Watching this live.
Yeah,
And for those who aren't watching live, watch the VOD.
Yep, it'll be on.
It's a good time killer. If you have you watch it, just watch it. Like listen to it.
This is a good thing to fall asleep to.
Yeah, or
This-
if you're at
it's a
work,
segment.
you're stuck there.
This
the
is
whole
what
day.
this is what AKG does, like without a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we just talk, so for very long periods of time.
Yeah. Like
we learn. I
Yeah.
learned a lot. You know.
so for those who don't regularly watch podcasts, you don't have to even watch the video. Just listen to the audio with the video playing.
Yep.
It's the
So-
easiest way to do it.
Dude, like by the time this is over, you'll be in Soldano from Anchorage.
Mhm.
So you know.
Oh
Good
man,
time
that would
out.
be awesome for the guys coming down for the event.
Exactly, yeah.
And you get to learn, tune in more, learn more about us.
Yep.
We have such a rich history, man.
Yeah,
It's
It's awesome.
I have a lot of stories to tell, dude. I've been part of like every scene. I think.
Yeah.
Like Smash 4, Melee, PM, Soul Calibur.
yeah.
I played a lot of MK.
Damn.
I played DOA for like 2 seconds.
Oh wow, dark days.
I was in the Blaze
We're
Blue.
going to talk about the dark days of rap.
Yeah.
I played Schoolgirls like competitively for like 2 tournaments. Like I played all these games, dude. Like it was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. I was part. Unia when I got first, dude. Yeah, fuck you guys. You guys suck at that game. Nah, thank you. Thank you's the only person I consider good. You and Manny. Everyone else was.
Yeah, I know, just us three.
Everyone else wasn't really that good because I just abused a good character.
Yeah.
Full screen DP 360.
Yep,
What kind of
exactly.
shit is that, man?
Alright guys, thank you.
Yep,
Till
thank you
the end.
very much. We
Thank you,
hope
guys.
that
We'll actually sign off now.
Yep, we
Yeah.
will be signing off. Please learn your revenges, punishes,
Hey, keep
and
that
don't
keep
drop
that head
your
high.
combos.
Work on your counter sweeps.
Yep, counter sweeps very important.
Keep
go
your chin
rewind
high.
to that. Yeah,
Keep your chin up. Don't
And-
think bad.
exactly.
bad.
You know,
Don't do drugs.
yeah.
Study.
Keep the faith. Keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.